Hello there, it's Irene in here again. So today I thought about bringing you another free-to-play game which is called MindMindMind. And this is from a developer from one of the games that we already played in here, a demo one, which was Karamu, I think. What do I have to say about this one? So I think I need to warn you, which is this game has a lot of, I would say, toxicity, okay, from one of the counterparts. And I say this because this is not the first time that I tried to play this game, because I was very enthusiastic with the fact that we have a British voice actor in here. Yeah, it does have voice acting, but I think it's just for one of them. And I started this game and I started feeling that there's a lot of manipulative, toxic kind of vibe coming from one of our love interests, okay? And I thought about it in a way that I was like, I don't know if I want to continue doing this or not. And that's why I am telling you already that this is one of those games that you might feel like, I don't know, maybe it's not for you, you won't feel very comfortable about it. I'm saying this because I've been seeing that lately we've been having quite a lot of games that have like these yandere vibe, and people just especially women, we've been kind of like going into this trend of the yandere guys and the chaotic type of guy, you know. But let me tell you something, which is I don't know how many games in terms of this aspect I am going to actually be playing in the channel, and that is because I think this is an idea that we created in our minds, and it's trendy and all of it, these dangerous type of guys. But I've been in that type of relationship, and let me tell you that the last thing that you want is a yandere boy in your life, okay? Especially when you're trying to escape and you seem to not be able to, okay? So there are a lot of games with this type of theme, especially lately. It's, as I said, it's kind of like a trend. But I am one of those that sometimes I do not feel well about it, because this is all very funny and games when you are doing this in a very fictional way. When you pass by something very similar to it in your life, you start having memories of certain things and you start to not feel very good about it. And this is why I am telling you that I am curious about this game. I only started for a bit and I was kind of like, I don't know if this is for me, but I am curious about it, and I was like, well, let's bring it to the channel. If I'm doing here with you, maybe I have a little bit more patience to be in here and be doing this, you know. But I am warning you, because you might be susceptible, I don't know if I'm saying the word in the right way, to this kind of situations too. So this is why I am giving you the warning. Other things that I need to say, if you are new to the channel, I always say this, if you're new to the channel, mind that I am a non-English native speaker, so I will have certain difficulties pronouncing words. I might not say them in the correct way. There is a mix between an English that it's more the UK, the British English, and the American English in here, because I've been in America, but I grew up learning the British English, so there's like a complete mix in here. Another thing is that I noticed that some people were like asking me, Irina, sometimes I find like the first video and then on YouTube, not talking about the streaming. Sometimes I find the first video, then I don't find the continuation, and I'm like, let me tell you in here. I always put the next part at the end of the video. Okay, there's always like some kind of a link in there for you to know where the next part is. If you are not certain, I also have playlists, and the playlists go by the otome demos, the free-to-play games, the other games, which I consider all of the others in terms of Yuri, BL, Bara, even like other types like, I don't know, comedy, slice of life, or whatever, friendship, other types of visual novels. In my channel, we are only going to play visual novels, okay? But if you don't find the continuation of a certain video, just look in there, because it's going to be in there, okay? So that's it, and let's start this one. So more about this. So this is from a developer that we already played a game in here, which is like Chatterclap. This is from 2024, and I think this is like a renewed version of an old version that they had of this game. And it goes by a dark psychological romance visual novel about a British ghost who has haunted you since childhood. When you get close to a new boy at college, he starts to get possessive, and the mind games begin. So a man has stalked you ever since you were a child. You call him Geist. I am going to call him Geist because Geist means ghost. Remember, like poltergeist? Geist means ghost. You are not sure who or what he is. Oh yeah, it's because I already saw someone saying Geist, and I don't think it's Geist in here. I think it's Geist, which actually means ghost. You're not sure who or what he is, but he adores you and he has never left your side. When you befriend a new boy at college, Geist will do anything to keep you in his grasp. So they tell us that this is going to take 2 hours of playtime, but I do think it's going to take us more time, because it always takes us more time, especially with me talking. Full voice acting for both love interests. Oh, I thought it was just the Geist guy. Okay, maybe the other guy also has a voice acting. I don't know. I didn't went that further in. Customizable name and pronouns for an immersive experience. An affectionate British host. Okay. So let's try to do this. Give me a second. Oh, by the way, I decided to... What is your name? Leo. It's like a guy's name, isn't it? It can stay like that. I mean, I think it's like a guy's name, so why not go he, him? Sure. Thank you. So, yeah, I was going to tell you this, which is, I changed the font. So the font that you have in here, you can change it. And the font that they have is this one, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. The thing is, when I was doing for myself, it was some time ago, I started feeling that it was tiring for my eyes to be seeing this one constantly. So right now, I was like, I am going to change it. I'm going to put something else. Because I don't want my eyes to get too much tired after a while. So there is a man that follows me. I sit in the cafe typing at my laptop as I sip the final dregs of my iced coffee. I look up, gazing over the top of the screen to the seat opposite me. He's sitting there. He wasn't sitting there before, but I am not surprised to see him. He vanishes from time to time. There was a blissful period when he didn't appear for an entire weekend. Still, even when he's not visible, I know that he's always around, watching, waiting. He's a young man, dressed in sharp, crisp clothes. Some might even call him handsome. He crosses one leg over the other and leans back, enjoying the aroma of his espresso before taking a sip. He never takes his eyes off me. I focused my gaze on the laptop screen, trying to avoid looking at his face. I was in the middle of typing a sentence, but I can't remember the continuation. For a minute, I stared blankly at the document, typing, delecting, and retyping the same word over and over as a cold, prickling sensation washes over me. The man finally speaks. His voice is calm but reassured. He talks with the quiet confidence of a university professor.
This is a nice cafe, isn't it? It's your favorite. It's cozy and quiet, and the coffee is good. It's not too expensive either.
I don't respond. The man continues to chat.
All of the employees are kind. They're generous, allowing students to work here for so long. Though, you've already been here for 30 minutes. It was fairly empty when you first arrived, but it's going to be crowded soon. People always drop by to kill time before their evening classes. Don't you think it's about time to leave?
I have a drink. The man picks up the plastic cup and shakes it, rattling the ice cubes. He cocks his head and looks at me, raising an eyebrow.
You had a drink.
I'm thinking about getting some food, maybe a pastry or a bagel.
Are you? Really? When you're trying to save money? And you have sandwich fixings at home?
I slumped down, leaning my face closer to the screen as I mashed the keys, filling the document with gibberish, only tangentially related to the topic of the paper. The man sighs.
The employees are too kind. They won't tell you to leave, even if you're being a bother. You're a paying customer after all. A paying customer that sat here for 30 minutes after getting a single coffee and insists on taking up an entire 2-person table for just one person. Let's go home, okay?
1 minute later, and I am tossing my cup in the recycling. I open the door to the cafe. The cold wind outside buffs my face, and chilly droplets sting my skin. As I head back to my dorm, the man walks alongside me, a satisfied and jaunty spring in his step. He tries to hold my bag, but I refuse. As he strolls along, he hums merrily. He even reaches out to hold my hand, interlacing his fingers with mine, but I shrug my hand out of his grasp. The drizzle begins to turn into a shower. The man's mood doesn't dampen. He jogs alongside me at an easy pace as I print home, shivering as the rain soaks through my clothes. When I unlock the door, the man waits to the side, still watching my face closely. Droplets of water fall from the hair, framing his sunny expression. Before I go inside, he pulls my sleeve and lands a kiss on my cheek.
I was so happy to spend this time with you. I'll see you again soon.
The man who follows, meet your stalker. Okay. He walks away. When I poke my head into the hallway, he has already vanished. I'm surprised. Usually he follows me inside. He lingers, preparing tea and snacks and soothing music. Then after an hour or two, he disappears. It's kind of curious and funny. Remember like one of the last ones that we played and that we had like ghosts too, and they were able to actually touch things and do things. What is this? Are ghosts supposed to be able to touch things and do things and all of it like a person that is alive? I'm always glad when he's gone. That man wasn't always there. I can't remember seeing him when I was in elementary school. Perhaps he was lingering somewhere, watching, but he never came to talk to me. The first time I met him was in middle school, right before the school play. As I huddled backstage, frantically rehearsing my lines, I saw him for the first time. I gazed up to see a boy kneeling beside me. He looked different at that time. He was younger and he wore a simple colored shirt and a pair of jeans. I thought that he might have been a classmate, but I didn't recognize him. At first, I thought he was strange, but I tried to ignore him. Instead, I focused on the crumpled sheet of printer paper, repeating the words until they rolled off the tongue. Then he spoke. There are so many people watching. Can you imagine that it would be like what it would be like if you forgot your lines? You're standing on stage in front of dozens of people, flapping your mouth like a dying fish. I wonder what your classmates would think. They'll probably curse you for ruining weeks of hard work, for being the only wrench in a well-oiled machine. Oh well, I hope that doesn't happen. That would be terrible, wouldn't it? Half an hour later, as I stood on stage in front of dozens of parents, my mind went blank. I forgot my lines. I choked, tears stinging the corners of my eyes as I looked around the auditorium. I saw the stranger standing at the back, arms crossed as he leaned against the wall. I couldn't tell if he looked sympathetic or elated, so he's kind of a bully. As I walked home, he found me again, skipping alongside me. He held my hand and smiled. I screamed at him, I pushed him away and ran. When he was out of sight, I looked at my palm. He had given me some chocolate. Since then, I've seen the stranger countless times. He appeared anywhere, when I'm walking around outside, when I'm shopping, when I'm in class. The only place that offers me some semblance of refuge is my room, although he still sneaks in there sometimes, invading even my most private of spaces. I don't know his name, but I call him Geist. I lean over my keyboard and groan. No matter what I try, the program won't output the correct answer. After over an hour of tinkering, the result is the same. I look at the clock on the bottom left of the screen, 7:03 p.m. If I recall correctly, there should be computer science tutoring scheduled from 7 to 9 tonight. My fingers twist in my shirt. I've never gone to tutoring before. But the assignment is due at 11 p.m. I bit my lip, staring hard at the code, hoping that some solution will magically appear in my brain. It doesn't. The clock changes, 7:04 p.m. I stand. I can do this. The alternative is missing the assignment and getting a 0 after all. Besides, who goes to tutoring? There probably won't be anyone there. Like tutoring, right? Sorry. I was like thinking, how do you say this one? I was wrong. When I'm standing outside the door, my resolve falters. I peer in through the shades covering the window. There are quite a few people inside, at least 10. A familiar cold hand lands on my shoulder. Geist smiles at me, his expression twisted into something resembling sympathy.
So many people. Better not go in. Let's go home. I'm sure that you can figure it out.
Is the room not open?
I turn. A boy with a wide smile and warm brown eyes is standing behind me. I recognize him. His sky blue Hawaiian shirt decorated with plumerias. Plumerias. It's difficult to forget. We're in the same lecture. He always sits in the front row.
Oh, I got it. No key card, right? I got you.
So he does have a voice acting too. I thought it was just a ghost. He maneuvers around me and swipes a card through the ID reader. When it clicks, he swings the door open and holds it for me.
After you.
I take a deep breath and go in. Aloha, meet your classmate. The room is surprisingly crowded, probably because the problem set is due tonight. Several small groups of students are huddled over their laptops in different areas of the room, scrutinizing their screens. A couple stragglers are hunched over the university desktops, typing furiously. There seems to be a single tutor, a pale Japanese guy. He has messy dyed hair and he's wearing a Tricone University letterman's jacket. He is leaning on the desk next to one of the stragglers, pointing to the screen as he explains something. I go to a corner of the room and sit between two of the computers. I take out my laptop, rousing it from its slumber and navigating to my code editor. Geist settles into the chair next to me, crossing one leg over the other. The boy also sits next to me on the opposite side. He leaves one computer gap between us. My heartbeat hitches. Is he going to try to talk to me? I just came to get some help with my homework. I'm not ready to make small talk with a stranger. To my relief, the boy just takes out his laptop and starts typing. Need any help? The tutor walks over. His icy eyes flit between us before settling on the boy. The boy gestures to me with both hands.
Oh, that person was here first.
And?
Look at you, troubling him. You wouldn't even have come in if he didn't hold the door for you. Let's hope you can talk without tripping over your own tongue like a buffoon.
My cheeks heat up. I frantically click through my pages of web searches, hoping that the tutor doesn't see my open tabs or my bookmarks. Finally, I pull the code editor back up. I am running into an error and I can't figure it out. The tutor peruses my screen. It takes him less than 2 seconds to spot the issue. Easy one. Here, you've got a less than or equal sign. It should be less than. I make the correction. The tutor waits as I run the program. He directs me through a couple of tests. When he verifies that the code is working as intended, he turns to the boy. All right, what about you?
If I'm being honest, I don't really know where to start.
Oh, great. The tutor raises an eyebrow and grabs the chair next to the boy, making himself comfortable. Let's see. The palindrome problem, for this one you need to make a recursive function. I return to my own homework. My brain is particularly slow today, my fingers stumbling over the keys. For some reason, I can't seem to focus on the assignment. 20 minutes pass, and I'm still working on the same problem. Geist leans back in his chair as he reads a novel. The bell jar is emblazoned in elegant curved letters on the cover.
You can't focus because there are too many people here. What if they're all looking at you, seeing how horribly slow you are? Why are you even in this class when you're so terrible at coding?
Like, this is what I was telling you about, which is like, he's always kind of like dragging us down. He's like that kind of bully that he's always dragging us down. My mouth tightens into a scowl. Next to me, the tutor has been hovering by the boy the entire time, guiding his charge methodically through the problem. However, it's slow going. Several sheets of paper covered with scrawled diagrams are lying on the desk, but the boy's eyebrows are still furrowed in confusion. The older student sighs, glancing at the other students in the room. I'll be back, let me help them for a sec. The boy nods in understanding. Geist clasps his book shut, demanding my attention.
Why don't we go home? You got what you came for. We can finish in peace and quiet at the dorms.
I grit my teeth. I want to stuff Geist's book down his throat, but then I hear something weird. The boy is making a strange, pitiful sound in his throat. He sounds kind of like a whining puppy. He stares at the computer in dejection, his frown so deep that it looks like a rain cloud crossed over his face. I eye his screen. Every time he runs his program, it freezes, refusing to budge until the force closes it. I look a little closer. Oh, he forgot to increment the counter variable. Should I say something? It's an easy enough fix, but my throat feels dry.
You'd better not. Can you really explain yourself clearly? You're just going to make him more confused. Besides, he didn't ask for your help. Why do you want to stick your nose somewhere it doesn't belong? If anything, he'll think you're a creep who's spying on him.
Geist's voice squeezes my vocal cords. It's difficult to breathe, let alone speak. So I think we are going to do Geist's route first, then we do the boy. So we're going to be this introvert type of person and do whatever Geist wants us to, being the bully that he is. So we're going to stay silent. I purse my lips and return my attention to my own homework. I type away for a few minutes, writing a series of loops.
Excuse me.
My heart rate spikes and my shoulders hunch as if swinging on a rusty hinge. My head turns slowly to look at the boy sitting next to me.
Really sorry to bother you, but would you mind taking a look at this? My code keeps freezing and I can't figure it out.
I scoot my chair over and he makes room for me. I pretend to study his screen. There, you didn't increment your counter variable, so the loop never stops running.
So that's what it was.
He types the correction and runs the program. It runs without freezing, even though it doesn't output the correct answer.
You saved me. Oh, thank you. What's your name? I'm Calais.
Oh, Calais. Okay. I'm Leo.
Nice to meet you. We're in the same lecture, right? I'm pretty sure I've seen you around.
I nod my head, my eyes inadvertently skirt around his face, avoiding direct contact. We return to our respective problem sets. Once or twice, he reaches out to me with a question or asks me what problem I'm working on. Every time he opens his mouth, my stomach does a backflip. Slowly, the other students file out of the room. Soon, Kayleigh and I are the only ones left. The door opens. A female student hovers in the doorway. She's dark-skinned, her amber hair falls in coils framing her face. She's wearing a bright blue tricone university shirt, a pair of dark washed jeans, and a white backpack. I don't know what is this tricone university. Is it like a tricone thing? I don't know. Maybe it is. When he sees Calais and I, her eyes widen in surprise. She talks to the tutor, letting the door close behind her. Oh, are you still busy? Yeah. Take your time, I'll be over here. Calais' eyes widen and he waves enthusiastically at the older student. She smiles and waves back. The older student goes to the other side of the room and sits in a chair. She slings her backpack over the back of the seat before taking a book out of her bag and starting to read. Do you know her?
Yeah, she's a TA from one of my other classes. Super nice and so smart. She gave me a lot of advice about the courses and teachers in the bio department.
I eye the clock, 9:15 p.m. I've been here too long. The tutor is only paid to stay on the clock until 9. I start to pack my things. I'm not done, but I'll just have to finish it up somewhere else. Next to me, Calais seems to have the same idea. I thank the icy-eyed upperclassman and exit the computer lab. I check my phone again, 9:20 p.m. now. I still have an hour and a half to finish up and submit. I should go to the library. I can't waste valuable time walking back to my dorm. Before I have the chance to put on my headphones, Calais jogs up beside me, his backpack bouncing on his shoulder. I instinctively tense up.
Hey, you still get some homework to do, right? Do you want to work on it together?
Okay. I'm so taken aback that I can't even think to refuse. He beams.
Shoots! Comrades until 11. Gee, it's done.
Calais and I both slump on the table, relieved. 10:52 p.m. We submitted our assignments just in time.
Thanks for doing it with me. I don't know what I would have done without you.
I can't resist smiling, hoping that I don't look overly awkward. It was fun. Well, as fun as doing homework could be. Calais is easy to talk to and jokes around a bit while still taking his work seriously. Coding didn't come easy to him initially, but once things started to click, he began to breeze through the problems much more easily. I was worried that it would be a one-sided affair, but he ended up helping me as much as I helped him. As I close out of my coding editor, I side-eye the blonde man sitting next to me. To my surprise, Geist is silent as a mouse. When we were finishing our homework, I noticed him glaring at the two of us over the top of the bell jar, but the blonde man didn't say a word. Even now, no venomous quips escape his lips. He just stares at Calais, face twisted in an expression of vague irritation.
It's this late? Oh, gotta go. Early morning tomorrow. See you in class.
He smiles as he waves goodbye. After he leaves, my chest feels light. Sometimes good things do happen, even to people like me. Sometimes the sun does come, even to a place where it always rains. I have to keep myself from humming as I pack up my own belongings. When I exit the library, the air is chilly, nipping at my nose and cheeks. It's completely dark and mostly empty, the lamps casting eerie pools of light over the main plaza. As I go down the library steps, Geist follows a step behind, matching my every stride. I steer my gaze ahead, trying to ignore him. I take my headphones from around my neck and snap them over my ears, a welcome shield from the cold. I take out my phone and select my listening material of choice. A podcast. I open up my favorite podcast. The two hosts start to ramble about the history of cheese, drowning out the world. I turn towards the path leading down to my dorm, but something catches my eye. Someone's waving at me, a girl wearing a white hoodie, her hair tossed into a loose bun. I recognize her, although I don't know her name. We're in the same classics seminar. What should I do? Should I wave? Should I pretend that I don't see her and walk past? Don't wave. I lower my eyes, pulling my headphones tighter over my ears. I don't see anything. I don't hear anything. Eventually, she skips past me, greeting a girl jogging out of the library. I relax. I made the right choice. Of course, she couldn't have been waving at me. We barely know each other. We are not friends. I turn up the volume on my phone and walk faster. I just want to get home as quick as possible. However, even with my headphones blaring over my ears, Geist's voice still haunts me.
That's right. Pretend that you don't see anyone. Pretend that you don't hear anyone. If you don't talk to them, they'll never hurt you.
I get up unusually late the next morning. Well, morning is probably generous. It's afternoon by the time I put down my phone and roll out of bed. After getting home, I stayed up until 4 a.m. on socials. I didn't even process what I was looking at, I just scrolled. I can hold my newborn kitten in one hand. Famous influencer acts like a jerk for the 50th time this week. Modern dating sucks and we'll all die alone. It was stupid and pointless, but I just wanted to escape, to overload my brain with so much stimulation that I could forget my troubles. I sit up, my head aches, my stomach growls, clawing at my insides. Well, I guess I should eat something. When I entered the cafeteria, menagerie of... Sorry, it's my French just comes. I know you don't say it like that. Of scents assaults my nose. There's the typical array of brunch items: eggs, pancakes, sausages, fruit, and yogurt. There's also a limited selection of normal lunch dishes. I peruse the menu that's posted near the entrance. No, I'm not French. I already told you I am not French. It's just, it comes, okay? It comes. Usually I grab something quick and portable that I can take to the park or to my dorm room, like a smoothie or a packaged sandwich. But today I eyed the hot food stations, my mouth watering. This is like so bad for you. Let me tell you something. So when I was in college, I was also doing this, which was like, you tend to do this. You ruin your digestive tract with just doing this during college, which is like, I am not going to eat a meal because I have stuff to do, so I'm just going to keep myself surviving on sandwiches. People, if you are in college, please do not do that, because I completely ruined, especially my bowels. I ruined them because you have something called the what is the name, biome in your bowels. I completely ruined them by just constantly doing this thing for years and years of college, of just consuming sandwiches and stuff like that. Okay, please don't do that. Don't do, because you are going to get repercussions in your life. Okay, don't do that. Please try to eat in the best way that you can. Although, yes, you have a busy schedule with assignments and all of it. Please think about that. I would have to eat at the cafeteria, but I look around the hall. There aren't too many people here, just a couple of stragglers. It's late for lunch, so most of the students have already come and gone. I am not used to these stragglers kind of thing. It's not often for me to be seeing this type of word used in this type of situation. My grumbling stomach wins out over any reservations I have about eating in public. We have reservations of eating in public? Oh my god, we are really the introverted type. Really? I really want to eat I want to eat the macaroni and cheese. The student work dishes out generous, not what I wanted to eat, okay? I am doing the walkthrough for this game, okay? It's not actually my type of choice. The student worker dishes out a generous serving of macaroni and cheese. I take it to a table in the corner. I dig my spoon into the pasta, admiring the white luster of the cheese and the sprinkling of golden breadcrumbs on top. The creaminess is heavenly. It only takes me a few minutes to finish half of the dish.
It's you! Mind if I sit here?
I almost choke on my food. Calais is standing next to me, holding a tray with a grilled cheese sandwich, a container of sweet potato curly fries, and a glass of cola. I raise a hand to cover my coughs and gesture to the seat in front of me. Calais beams and sits down.
Didn't think I'd see you here. Did you manage to get any sleep last night?
A bit. I'm barely able to get the words out. I'm still frazzled. Sorry. I'm still frazzled by the sudden intruder at my table.
We see what happened because you decided to sit here. Now this guy found you. And you'll have to eat the rest of your lunch trying to have awkward small talk with someone you barely know.
The familiar blonde man is sitting next to me, sipping an iced coffee. He glares at Calais. He looks like he wants to strangle the boy. Calais sets his tray down and takes a big bite of his sandwich, a melting cheese oozing between his fingers and onto his plate. He chews and swallows before speaking.
Man, comp sci is so much tougher than I thought it'd be. I took it because I thought it would be easier than taking an actual math class, but somehow it's even worse.
I don't know. I don't actually know what it's worth, like taking math or taking computer science. I have no idea. It's probably like both of them are probably bad. At least for me, because I don't like math. He pushes his container of sweet potato fries towards me, but I shake my head. He takes a fry and chomps it in half.
How's it for you? Hard?
It's tough. Yeah, it's tough. I don't really get it at all. Calais nods, taking another bite of his sandwich. I look down. He only just sat down, but the chat is already pestering out. I can't keep up a conversation with this guy. I can only hope that he'll eat quickly and leave me alone. Calais puts his grilled cheese down. He wipes his fingers on his napkin before taking out his phone.
Hey, do you mind if I add you on Try Message?
Try message, okay. This is like one of those where I kind of like, I keep looking at it. Remember the conversation I was having with you, which is like, I don't get English phonetics. Because like you have like try with a Y, and then you have like the I, you know, like the, and how you sound the same with one and the other at the same time. And I'm like, I do not get your freaking phonetics as much as I want, you know, like me looking like, wouldn't it be more like tree message? And if you had like the Y, you would have like a try message. Like, I cannot get it. I cannot get English phonetics, honestly. I cannot.
None of my friends are taking comp sci, so I don't have anyone to suffer with me. Please?
Oh, yeah. Before I can even process what he asked, I'm already fumbling my phone out of my pocket. I nearly dropped it.
What's your ID?
Oh no, my pulse quickens as I open the app that I have never opened before. Ah! On the inside, I'm screaming. It's prompting me to make an account. Geist has finished his coffee. He crosses his legs, turning sideways on the chair to face me with an amused smirk on his face.
Oh no. Better not let Calais see that. He'll find out that you're a hopeless loner. After all, you didn't even bother making an account because you don't have a single friend to add on Try Message.
Sorry, give me a second. I forgot to update my phone. It's out of dating now.
Oh yeah, no problem.
I drop my phone under the table and frantically input my information. It feels like I'm dismantling a bomb.
Tick-tock, tick-tock.
I want to strangle the smirking blonde man. I hurriedly changed my PFP to a random picture from my downloads. I got it.
Shoot.
We add each other on a Try Message. His PFP is a pineapple wearing sunglasses, and the tag under his name simply says, Living Life.
No way!
Oh, what? Did I do something wrong? Is my profile weird?
Is that Detective Dog?
I look closer at the picture that I chose for my PFP. Calais is right. I had inadvertently chosen a fan art of the main character from my favorite movie series, Detective Dog. I can feel my cheeks burning and my heart sinks. Next to me, Geist is doubled over, chuckling uncontrollably.
Wow, you didn't even make it 10 minutes before showing him what a weirdo you were. An adult that still watches cartoons for children. Might as well tell him that you still wet the bed too.
God, why is he like... He's such a bully, honestly. I just thought the art was nice. I don't...
I love Detective Dog.
What?
What?
I used to watch that series so much when I was a kid. I stopped watching the movies for a while, but I was feeling nostalgic last year and I started to watch them again. They're actually so much better than I remembered. And I noticed so much about them that I didn't appreciate when I was younger. Like how dogs' addiction to dog treats is a metaphor for alcoholism, and how the tyranny that the cats have over the city is based on imperialism. What? And when Dog stops wearing his collar, he's freeing himself from both his abusive relationship with his wife and the generational trauma that the cats have inflicted on his family.
There's a lot of connections going on in there for like a kid's cartoon. What's going on here? As Calais continues to chatter about the symbolism of the third Detective Dog movie, I'm at a loss for words. I've only met a handful of people who still remember Detective Dog. I can still see their expressions of derision in my mind, poisoning my love for the franchise. I've never met anyone who saw it as anything more than a silly children's cartoon before. Calais gradually stops talking. He rubs the back of his neck, apparently realizing how long he had been rambling.
Oops. I got a little excited. People don't really remember Detective Dog, you know? What's your favorite entry in the series?
I guess the fifth, Detective Dog versus the Virtual Phantom. I thought the surrealism of the film was so interesting, and for once it focused less on the mystery and more on Dog's past as part of the police force and the guilt and trauma that he has as a result. It's also the first film that really explores the corruption inherent in the dog society without blaming everything on the cats. Calais leans forward, sipping at the soda as he nods. I try to restrain myself, but the words tumble out of my mouth before I can catch them. Before long, I am subjecting Calais to a 30-minute long spiel about the symbolism of the bananas in the film. What's going on? Like, two nerds in here. I don't know. Still, he never looks annoyed or disinterested. He listens the entire time in rapt attention. When I'm done, he brings up his own thoughts, and soon we are engaged in a lively conversation about the use of food metaphors in the series. Before I know it, it's already 3 p.m. We take our plates to the tray to return together, and then we start walking back to the dorms. He lives in the building next to mine. We wave to each other. I take my ID card to swipe into the building. It is only then that I realize that Geist has been standing next to me the entire time. Digits acquired, get a phone number, okay. He's eerily quiet, his face as cold as a block of ice. He follows me to the dorm room without saying a word. Even as I start on the classics homework, Geist lingers. He crosses his arms and leans against the back wall, watching me. This is a first for him. When he follows me inside, he usually clings to me and doesn't stop talking until he decides to leave. Let me tell you something. I am feeling like the game is different. Yeah, I think the one I played was the old version, because I am even seeing like different things in here. The one that I only started playing, I never played it till the end. I played just a bit of it. And I'm feeling like it was different. This one is different from the other one that I played. And yeah, they actually said that they had like an older version. Maybe I played the older one. I open up my textbook. Fine, it doesn't matter if he stays, just as long as he's quiet. I spend the afternoon and the early evening doing homework. During that time, Geist doesn't leave, but I ignore him. My mind is still running with the cheerful memories of my lunch with Calais. When it gets dark, I sneak out of the common room and make myself some pasta. Okay, more carbs. Carbs, 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 carbs. I lay on my bed, my stomach full of cheap carbs. I fish my phone out of my pocket and unlock it. The try message icon catches my attention amidst the mess of apps on my homepage. I click the icon and navigate to Calais. I press on the box to start typing a message. However, when the keyboard pops up, my fingers tremble. The mattress creaks. Geist has left his home against my back wall. He's laying on his side next to me, his head propped up on one hand. He smirks.
What are you doing? He just asked for your info to be polite. He doesn't actually want to be your friend. He doesn't like you. Why would he? This afternoon, he was just tolerating you. He was being nice, listening to you blabber ad nauseum about things he couldn't care less about. If you text him, he'll just shudder and think, this person again? So soon. How clingy are they?
He's doing really good voice acting in here. I don't know this voice actor, but he's doing an amazing job in here, I would say.
Save him some headache. Don't text him.
My hands freeze up. What if Geist is right? What if Calais really was just being nice? If I text him, I'll be a bother. But, okay, so we are doing a Geist. So don't text Calais. I put my phone down. I shouldn't text him. However, a few seconds later, the device buzzes and messages start to pop up in the chat. Hey, it's me, Calais. The CS guy. I ponder my reply for a second. Of course, I couldn't forget you, besides it's only been a few hours. I just wanted to say that I had a lot of fun during lunch. It was super fun talking about Detective Dog. Dog butts. Woof. Oh wait, that's a cat. I chuckle. Yeah, it is. Woof. Calais sends a cute sticker of a dog laying on the beach. I respond with a sticker of a dog laying under a blanket, saying that he doesn't want to go to work. We trade stickers like that for a few minutes until our chat log is a veritable dog park. Oh yeah, I was gonna ask. Are you gonna go to tutoring Mon?
Don't do something that you'll regret.
I glare at Geist. I'll be there. Yay, I'll see you there. I drop my phone on the blanket and roll onto my stomach. My heart is racing, but it's not from nervousness for once. I actually feel happy, excited even. I'm looking forward to Monday. Calais and I go to tutoring together on Mondays and Fridays. Afterwards, we usually grab a late night snack. We also text a lot between classes in the evenings on the weekends. We chat about a lot of things, though our conversations usually gravitate towards movies. He loves talking about film even more than me, if that's possible. It seems like he has watched every movie produced in the last 30 years, ranging from rom-coms to biopics. Biopics to, I don't know what is that actually, biopics. I don't know actually, I don't. To biopics to horror. I don't know, it's like a genre that I don't know what you're talking about. Probably something new. I haven't been into like movies and all of it in a really long time. My friendship with Calais is so easy that it's almost scary. Okay, I see. Chatting with him feels like I'm being carried down a gentle river by the movement of the water. It's not difficult or forced, unlike what I'm used to. I think that Calais is cute. Calais is cute. I don't think he would ever be interested in me that way, but a month after I start going to tutoring with Calais, I'm sitting at my desk scrolling away on my laptop. I often spend my Saturday evenings browsing random online marketplaces. It's relaxing and it feels a bit like a treasure hunt. I've snagged quite a few vintage DVDs for bargain bin prices. Right now, I'm searching for my white whale. I've invested countless hours searching for this movie, but to no avail. My eyes brighten. I finally find what I've been looking for. Young Detective Dog, The Adventure Begins. It's not a part of the original Detective Dog timeline. Instead, it was a minor film that was released direct to video, detailing Detective Dog's impoverished origins as a street puppy. It's a valuable piece of the Detective Dog canon, filling the gap between the prequel series before Detective Dog and the Butler era comics detailing his life as a servant to a noble cat family. Young Detective Dog was outsourced to a smaller animation studio. As a result, it never received that much marketing and only a limited number of prints. It's the only Detective Dog film that I haven't managed to get my hands on, until now. I don't even look at the cost that carefully. I've been searching for this film for months. I'm willing to pay almost any price. As I'm checking out, my phone buzzes. Hey! So we were talking about the Mad Gun sequel yesterday. Do you want to go see it? I was thinking about going tomorrow. Oh, the new Mad Gun movie. Calais and I had chatted about it on our way back to the dorms. Admittedly, I wasn't a fan of the Mad Gun franchise, but I had read rave reviews about the new sequel. I couldn't deny that my interest was piqued. I'm about to text OK when a hand drops onto my phone. The pale tapered fingers wrest the device from my grasp. Geist strolls to the other side of the room, waving the phone idly.
You'd better not.
Why not? I can spend time with whomever I want. Geist comes back and leans against the side of my desk.
Texting is easy. You have time to think about what you'll say, and there's no pressure to answer right away. Going to tutoring is fine too. After all, you're mostly working on homework.
Yeah, this is something that, let me tell you, this is something that our society actually deals with nowadays, which is like, oh, but I just prefer to text and actually be calling and talking with a person on a phone. We have a ton of that, especially with the new generations. And I think it has to do exactly with what he's saying right now, which is like, when you are texting, you have time to think about what you're going to say. When you are on a phone call, you need to think really fast and answer really fast and have solutions and all of it at that right exact time. But I also think that because my generation is kind of in the middle, I also think that sometimes that part is also important because this decision making, fast decision making is also important in our life. Okay, we being able to do that is also important, and I think we are getting a lot of stimuli from all of the social media and all of it, but when it's time for us to take an approach or do something, our fast response is not actually that fast. Why? Because the information comes very fast. We don't think about it. We don't really digest that information. We just keep scrolling. Okay, we don't absorb the things, so our capacity to fast respond, it gets diminished. So what I'm trying to say is that we should train this part of us of like, no, I should pick up some calls sometimes, do this fast respond kind of thing, and not just being absorbed in this like, let's just text because it's easier. I have time to think, I have time to give an answer. Do you understand? It's important, honestly.
But going out with him will be different. You'll have to talk to him the entire time. Can you really do that?
We can. I am an introvert myself, but I am that type of introvert where I'm always trying to optimize myself, which is like, I'm always kind of like, but if I feel like, okay, I need to be a bit more extroverted, I need to go out a bit more, I need to, like I was saying, have more of this fast response kind of thing. Like, I am the type of person which I try to invest into myself in those things, which is like, sometimes you cannot just be in this freaking bubble, you know, you need to do something about it. I snatched the phone out of Geist's grasp. However, when I open up the try message, my palms are sweaty. What if Geist is right? I tell Calais that I am busy, of course. Sorry, I've got a lot of homework. I'm just not ready to go tomorrow. I have to learn more about Calais, what he does and doesn't like. I have to practice talking more. I have to come up with topics of conversation. Oh, okay. Maybe next time. I bit my lip. Yeah, maybe next time. I'll be ready to go next time. Sunday rolls around. I stay in bed until noon, scrolling aimlessly through a detective dog forum. When I roll off my mattress, I hobble to the cafeteria to get something to eat. Then I retire back to my dorm to do homework. After I finish my classics and computer science reading, I look at the clock. It's 6 p.m. I groan. Too late to go out or do anything, but too early to go to bed. Might as well watch a movie. I open up my laptop. I spend a few minutes scrolling through it's a French word. I just keep going there. Menagerie of cheap horror flicks and holiday-themed rom-coms. Nothing catches my eye, so I settle for one of my usual choices. The movie opens on a shot of a young girl sitting on a train. The camera slowly zooms out to reveal that the girl is alone with no guardian in sight. A plain cursive logo appears on screen. My Christmas. Yeah, I'm the person that says croissant. Les croissants. No, I'm not. I am not. It's just that it's such a French word that I'm like, just keep going in there. This is an old classic from my childhood. The girl, Masako, is a child of divorce. She ran away from home to look for her mother. She wants to spend Christmas with her entrenched parent. She encounters an old homeless woman, Hannah, who agrees to take her to find her mother. I've seen this movie over 10 times already. As I watch the familiar sequences and listen to the dialogue that I've memorized by heart, my mind drifts elsewhere. The Mad Gun showing is long over by now. I wonder if Calais ended up going. Did he find someone else to go with, or was the movie... was it fun? How was the movie? Was it fun? Sorry. What if Calais never invites me to do anything ever again? I didn't want to go today, and I probably wouldn't want to go tomorrow either, but a small part of me wants to go out to see a movie with him someday. I hug my pillow tighter. I can already feel the cold fingers of regret creeping into the back of my mind. My mattress creaks. Geist kicks off his Oxford shoes and scoots next to me on the bed, leaning against me.
I always love this part. It's brilliant. I can't help but tear up every time I see it.
On screen, Hannah leaves Masako on the street as she approaches a well-kept countryside house. Masako's mother opens the door. She's carrying a baby, and a 2-year-old clings to her legs. When she sees Hannah, she shrinks back, visibly disgusted by Hannah's disheveled appearance. I hold my breath as my shoulders tense. No matter how many times I see it, this scene always manages to twist my heart like a wrung wreck. Geist reaches over and squeezes my hand. His fingers are cold, but no less reassuring. Hana explains that Masako came to find her mother, but the woman just shakes her head. "I'm not that girl's mother anymore," she says. Then she shuts the door. My mind drifts to Calais again. What if he doesn't want to be friends anymore? What if he never texts me again? Maybe he'll assume that I don't like him because I rejected his invite. On screen, Hana turns around to see Masako's forlorn face. "Was that Mama?" the girl asks, her eyes wide. My eyes sting. I'm not sure if it's because of the movie or the agitated thoughts running around in my head.
Masako's expression here is simply heartbreaking. Such a good performance from a child actress.
Masako. Masako. Not Masako. Hana kneels down and hugs Masako. It's a touching scene, the emotional climax of the film. Masako finds her mother, even if she isn't related by blood. And Hana embraces the daughter she never knew she wanted. Calais probably hates me now. I'm sure that he's tired of my existence and already erased me from try message. We're just thinking about the other thing. Hana and Masako return to Masako's father, who's distraught with worry. There's a time skip to spring. The screen pans over several beautiful shots of cherry blossoms. Hana is clean, wearing new clothes. She holds Masako's hand as the pair walk to the girls' school.
The perfect happy ending. Mother and child walking side by side to a new future.
The room instantly darkens as the credits scroll over a black background. Small children's doodles dance along the sides of the screen. I squeeze my eyes shut. I ruined everything. Why do I always ruin everything? Every single friendship I touch crumbles into dust. Geist traces circles around my knuckles. Each slow movement erases some of the disquiet from my mind. So it's pouring rain outside once again because we are having like this whatever tempest going on in some parts of Europe right now. So if you are hearing a lot of like stereo sound while I'm talking, I'm really sorry. It's like it's the freaking rain outside. I don't know if it's going to be thundering once again. I unconsciously lean against a blonde man. For some reason, I am exhausted. I just want to stop thinking, to stop worrying. Geist welcomes the contact, nuzzling against me. He whispers into my ear. I can tell that he's smiling. He delights in my vulnerability.
See? That was fun, wasn't it? You didn't even want to see that movie with Calais anyway. Your weekends are precious. This way you got to spend it watching a movie you love. With me.
Yeah, but our mind wasn't with you or the movie, apparently. We are commiserating about of the fact that we rejected the other guy. Yeah, I guess. I'm too tired to offer a rebuttal. I curl up on the mattress. Geist shuts the laptop. He leans down and presses a kiss against the back of my hand, his lips ghosting over my clenched fingers.
It was fun. I'll see you again.
Despite my worries, Calais meets me the following Monday with the same smile that he always wears. I don't think that his smile is fake. I can only hope that it isn't fake. And there, I admire the concluding paragraph to my classics paper. It came out rather well, if I do say so myself. I'm spending another Saturday evening at the library, as I often do. It's been a couple of weeks since Calais invited me to go to the movies. It's already 10 p.m. I groan. Hopefully I have something in my dorm room to eat for dinner. I pack up the laptop, books and papers scattered over the desk and head to the library exit. As soon as I open the library door, I freeze. There are hundreds of people outside. The plaza is filled with blaring music. It's a boisterous rock song with dramatic crescendos, the theme song from a recent Halloween-themed blockbuster.
It's Halloween. They must be having a party.
Geist is standing next to me. He strides in front when he's standing at the end of the steps. He turns back towards me and bows, gesturing towards the crowd with one arm. He's acting like he's ushering in my arrival to a royal ball.
Shall we go?
I take a step down. My legs are shaking. There are so many people. They swarm around me, pressing against my body. The smell of smoke is sickeningly sweet, wrapping around me like a vice. A tall student rams into my shoulders, spilling a few drops of beer on my hoodie. I try to breathe, but no matter how deeply I inhale it, feels like my lungs are being filled with sand. I take a step, it's like I'm wading through mud. The music is so loud, I can't even hear myself think. There are flashing lights everywhere. The students are wearing glow sticks around their necks and wrists. They look like fireflies swaying in the dark. Where's Geist? For once, I look around for him, aching to see that blonde head, a familiar beacon in a sea of shadows, but he's nowhere to be found. My vision is getting blurry. The shadows of the students around me all blend together, pressing against me, squeezing the breath from my lungs. So he suffers from social anxiety. That this is like more than obvious. It's not that he's just an introvert. He also really suffers from social anxiety. My legs buckle and soon I am kneeling on the pavement. I try to stand back up, but I am shaking too much. If I move, I'll topple over. There is nothing better for you than actually try to go out and breathe a bit out and try to be a bit more outing, okay, when you are like this. I know it's hard. I know it's going to be extremely hard for you at the beginning, but it's going to pass, okay? And I'm telling you because as I was saying to you, I was this type of person, and I had a lot of introvert issues. And as I said, I'm always trying to optimize myself. So one day I decided that I needed to run against this current that was inside of me, and I decided that I wanted to do some kind of a customer service, so I would be able to face people, face these fears inside of me, and start to be a bit more open and more extroverted about things. And it really, let me tell you, it really helped me, okay? These are usually fears that you gain within yourself, and although it's really hard, especially at the beginning, is good for us to fight against these freaking fears that we keep establishing in our minds, okay? Sometimes it's good for you to go against the current, okay? Just no one is telling you to do it in a very aggressive way. Just take the steps one by one. Go, do, try to breathe, and try to do it, and try to talk, and try to do something about it. No one is telling you to do like this person which is like among the crowd. No one is, but like small steps are something important for you to actually be able to conquer these fears that start to consume you, okay? And nowadays I can tell you that I am still an introvert, but I am a different type of introvert. Nowadays I can call people, I can do customer service, I can be sympathetic, I can although I'm just masking and coping, I'm not going to make a pretty picture, but it helps. Okay, it helps because one day you might face, imagine, this is people don't think about this because we are living comfortable lives, but imagine like a third world comes out and you need to deal with other people, you need to go out, you need to do things for yourself, you need to, like, what are you going to do? Are you just going to like embrace your legs and just be suffering in there and I'm not going to talk with it? No, we need some, let me tell you, we need to fight against these stupid fear currents that we establish inside of ourselves. Okay, so it's good. My recommendation for you, if you do suffer from social anxiety, go step by step. Okay, start going out once again, step by step. It's easy, you can do it. My heart is pounding, beating like a war drum. I feel like I'm going to be sick. The more you shell yourself, the worse it's going to be. I look up. Everyone is staring. They look down at me, their eyes driving into me like knives. Some of them turn to each other, talking, gossiping about me.
Here you are, the center of attention, the star. Go on, put on a show. Show them what a mess you are.
And I mean, he's even worse because he's a bully, right? He's with us all the time. I can see him, but I know that Geist is behind me. It's getting hard to hear. It's getting hard to see too. It feels like I'm drowning in the depths of the ocean. The only thing that I can hear clearly is Geist's sardonic voice whispering in my ear. The only thing that I can feel clearly is his breath against my neck. I'm gasping for breath. I'm suffocating. I am...
Hey, are you okay?
A fuzzy figure is kneeling in front of me. I can see who it is. My vision is too blurry. When I don't reply, he puts a reassuring hand on my shoulder, urging me to stand.
Come on, let's sit down somewhere.
He tugs on my sleeve, leading me through the people surrounding us. As we walk, the crowd thins, the music quiets, and the smell of smoke weakens. Oh, I know what it is. I suffered from panic with it too, yeah. So I used to commute in the train, and there was like one time where I was not feeling very well, and suddenly I started having a panic attack because I was inside of a train, and from one station to the other it was taking a lot of time, and I was having a panic attack, and I felt like everyone was looking at me, and I was not feeling good, and I was a mess. I was already crying. I was already in a panic, and I know what it is. Let me tell you, I know what it is. And it became such a trauma for me that even nowadays I still commute by train. I still because you need to, of course, at that time I needed medication and all of it. But it's, as I said, this is why it's important for you step by step start to, but nowadays I start to just breathe in, whatever, kind of try to calm myself down. There's nothing going on. Everything's fine. The thing is, when I'm not feeling very well, I have some moments where I start to get some nausea or something. I don't know, imagine. I'm very bad from I told you I have an inflammatory disease that doesn't have a cure. So sometimes I feel really, really bad because I have a lot more allergies than, the average person because of the inflammatory disease. So sometimes I go on a train and suddenly I start getting nausea because of the allergy. Like one of the last ones was with just, how do you call them? Nuts. With nuts. I ate nuts all of my life, but suddenly I started gaining some kind of an allergy, resistant to it, and I start getting nausea every time I eat nuts. So I was going on a train. Once again, I started getting nausea, and I was starting to feel the panic coming in again, and feeling like everyone was looking at me, and I was not feeling well, and that everyone was looking because I was not feeling well, whatever, panic. So I tried to breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. When we reached the next station, I went out. I stayed there, just breathing, calming myself down. Why? Because the trauma of the other time was a reoccurrence inside of me. I was already remembering what happened. And since I was remembering, I was getting into a panic situation again. So I thought to myself, we need to calm down. Just go out. I went out. Of course, I arrived at my work later, but I couldn't care. I was like, I need to breathe out. I need to. And then when I felt like I was okay, I went inside the next train, which only passed like a half an hour after or something. But I was like, whatever. Okay, we're going. I was kind of feeling better. And I went there. Sometimes it's like this. You need to calm yourself, tell yourself, I need to calm down, I need to breathe, I need to, okay? That's why I'm saying, like, small steps. You get there. You know, you get there. It's fine. Take your time. But don't stop trying to get out of that shell, okay? Don't stop. It's important. You won't get as much social anxiety as you usually would get if you just go step by step, try to go outside, try to talk with people, try to socialize a bit, okay? It is hard. It's going to feel panicking. You will make it, okay? It's fine. Try it. He opens the door and guides me inside. I look around, my mind is still fuzzy, but I can tell what we are back in the library foyer. The boy sits me down on one of the couches. It's hard to focus. I try to concentrate on his feet. I can only think about one thing. Why is this guy wearing socks with sandals? It's quiet now, so quiet that I can hear how fast my heart is beating. It's still racing, thrumming in my ears like a hummingbird's wing. My skin feels cold and clammy.
Do you mind if I sit with you?
Where am I? Sorry. Oh, in here. I want to be alone. Sorry.
Okay. Text me if you need anything. I'll be around. Shoots.
Sorry, dude, it's because we are doing the other guy's route. I squeeze my eyes shut and try to breathe slowly, but I can't stop shaking. The air scrapes into my lungs like sandpaper grating against my trachea. When I look up again, Calais is gone. I lean my elbows on my knees and bury my head in my hands. My heart won't stop pounding, threatening to burst out of my chest. Sorry, I was trying to remember how it is written. God. Cold fingertips. You know, I'm like this. Like, I'm an embarrassed to myself. Like, I keep telling you, like people like, oh, don't you feel embarrassed by like sometimes saying things in the wrong way? Me like, of course I do. I keep embarrassing myself all the time. But I am like, as I was like telling you, I stopped caring, you know, like that's why I'm telling you, like, if you have like issues, stop being a perfectionist, stop thinking about everything needs to be these I don't know, right line kind of thing. Stop, just get embarrassed, do things you like you are going to be uncomfortable with, just do it. Cold fingertips trace along my chin, tipping my face until I am gazing into a pair of emerald eyes. Geist appraises me, his gaze flicking over my wrinkled sweatshirt and my teary eyes. I'm biting my bottom lip in an attempting to stop it from trembling. The blonde man's emotions are inscrutable. Is he angry, worried? I can't tell. His face is blank. It's as if he's still deciding what expression to wear, like he's picking a jacket from his wardrobe. His visage twists into a look of pity. He looks at me as if I'm an injured puppy laying in the rain. He sighs.
I knew that this would happen. So fragile. You're like fine china. You're not fit to be paraded around in front of the masses. You'll chip and crack, like you are right now.
Geist wraps his arms around me, burying my face in the crook of his neck.
You're okay. I'm here for you. I'm not going anywhere. Look at how helpless you are, just like a little lamb. You need me.
And you like that, right?
Don't worry. I'll protect you from everyone. No one will touch you while I'm here.
I squeeze my eyes shut. Geist is holding me tightly, so tightly that I feel as if my ribs are going to break. But his touch isn't comforting, instead it feels cold, like I'm being suffocated in a blanket of ice. My heart isn't slowing, it's shaking in the chest like an animal trying to escape its cage. No matter how deeply I breathe, it still feels like I'm drowning. I don't know how long it takes me to recover, locked in Geist's embrace. By the time that I recover enough to stand up, most of the partygoers have gone back inside. I make my way back on shaky legs, holding onto Geist's hand for dear life. He walks slowly, keeping my pace. When we reach my dorm building, he pulls me into one last hug before waving goodbye. I shiver and go inside, slamming the door behind me. I groan into my pillow. I can't believe that I did what I did last night in front of Calais, of all people.
I bet he's gossiping to all of his friends right now.
Stop being like that.
Weirdest thing happened to
Honestly,
me
dude.
last night. A freak had a complete breakdown in the middle of the main plaza. Crazy, right?
I'm going to slap you in the face. The blonde man dangles the phone in front of my face.
He texted you. Shouldn't you hurry and see what it's about?
I bet the phone away and turn around. I want to stop time. I want to curl up in a corner and hide forever so that I never have to see Calais again. The phone buzzes once more. But real life doesn't have a remote. I can't hit pause on it because I'm feeling overwhelmed. That is the biggest truth you will know in your life. I roll back over and reluctantly accept the phone from Geist. Hey, how you feeling, okay? I was kind of worried, just wanted to check how you're doing. Do you need anything? I squeeze my eyes shut, composing myself before I reply. I'm okay, I don't know what happened last night. That sort of thing doesn't usually happen to me. I'm sorry for bothering you. Nah, I'm just glad you are good. I was wondering, are you busy? Tonight, me and some friends are getting together to watch a movie. It's called The Social Experiment. Wanna come? Well, I'll probably talk the story after. There's gonna be pizza. And fun. My lips curl into a smile, and after our first text exchange, the meow has become something of an inside joke.
Yes, go on, accept. Now you can put on an encore performance. You can curl up on the floor in front of Calais and all of his friends and have a complete mental breakdown. Again.
I mean, I know that he's a bully because he's like jealous, you know, he's a yandere type of guy. But I just want to slap him. That won't happen. Last night was different. That never happens to me. There were just too many people. This is small and private. If anything happens, I can just say I need to go to the bathroom or something. Geist places a finger under my chin, tipping my face up so that I have to look at him.
Do you really believe that? Sure, you're going to go out with a bunch of strangers and have a fantastic time. By the end of it all, you'll be best friends for life. What kind of fantasy land are you living in? Has that ever happened to you? Even once?
Geist's words radiate cold. They send chills running through my limbs, making the hairs on my arms stand on end.
If you say yes, it can only go poorly. You will embarrass yourself. You won't even get along with his friends. What if they start mocking you because of how socially inept you are? Say no.
Of course, I have to decline. I've already got plans. Introversion maximum. Home is where the heart is. Sorry. When I send the message, I shut the app and squeeze my eyes shut. It only takes a few seconds for the phone to ding with the familiar notification. Oh, next time then. You know, it was my fault. Asking you all of a sudden. Hope whatever you've got going on is awesome. See you Monday. I toss my phone onto the bedspread. Next to me, Geist smiles smugly. I spend a couple of hours scrolling on my phone and watching silly videos online. Eventually, my stomach growls, telling me to go to the cafeteria. I sneak into the dining hall, peering in and sweeping my eyes all around for signs of the familiar sky blue baseball cap. Calais is nowhere to be seen. Not that I expected to see him here, but it doesn't hurt to be careful. I pull the hood over my head a little tighter before sneaking past the cashier to the display cooler on the other side of the cafeteria. I peruse the selection of sandwiches wrapped in shiny plastic. There we go with sandwiches again. I chose we chose roasted vegetable sandwich. Okay. I pick a roasted vegetable sandwich out of the cooler. I take my prize to the cashier and hand her my ID. After the purchase is complete, I go out of the door, shivering as the icy air penetrates my lungs. It's not freezing, but it's still cold enough that I can see faint white puffs as I exhale. I wander to a secluded corner of the campus near the Performing Arts building. I sit on a nearby bench, the cold wood stinging my skin. I bite into my sandwich. The bread is cold. The savory olive oil smeared roasted vegetables slice down my throat. I choke down half of the sandwich, barely tasting the meal. I should have brought a drink too. Guilt bubbles up in my stomach. Calais had gone through the trouble of inviting me to meet his friends. He had gone out of his way to be nice to me, and I threw his kindness back in his face. He reached out to me, and I lied to him. For what? Because I was uncomfortable? Afraid? Of what? Talking to a few strangers. What kind of adult is afraid of talking to strangers? What miserable excuse of a human being can't muster up the willpower to exchange a few nice to meet you with some new people? I'm pathetic. I'm so pathetic. Why is Calais trying to be friends with someone like me? I squeeze my hands around the sandwich. It feels icy in my fingers.
Oh, come now. Don't cry.
He's here again. He sits next to me on the bench. He wipes away the tears sprouting from the corners of my eyes before sliding his hand onto my shoulder. Geist rubs the small of my back, easing away the tension. He's unexpectedly quiet. When he appears, he usually doesn't stop talking, but this time he sits, waiting for my sniffles to subside. His voice is soft and soothing, like a warm blanket tinged with the scent of lavender.
Look up at the sky.
I hesitate before looking up. The sky is hazy from light pollution, but up above, I can see stars twinkling in the distance, far above the city lights. I breathe deeply in and out. The cold night air courses through my lungs, refreshing me from the inside out.
It's beautiful, right?
I nod.
See, this isn't so bad, is it? You like being by yourself, with me. It's the only time that you can be comfortable. If you had accepted Calay's invitation, you'd be stuck for hours in some small room with strangers. It would have been nothing but an awkward experience for everyone. Who knows when you would have been able to leave? Now you can spend your Friday night relaxing under the stars. After you eat, you can go back home and watch that show that you've been meaning to catch up on. Maybe you can go to the library and get a head start on your homework.
Let me tell you something. This is the type of toxic person you don't want to be around with. You might think like, oh, but this person is going to protect me forever and is going to always be there. You don't need this type of toxicity in your life. You don't.
You didn't refuse Calay's invite because you were afraid. You did it because you know what you like, and you wanted to spend this time alone. You lied to him to spare his feelings. That's not a crime. Other people want to go and party, but you're not like that. You like the solitude, the quiet. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just the way you are.
Well, true, I also think like that. Like, I am the type of person, I entertain myself quite a lot with myself. Honestly, like, just watching movies by myself. I go to the theaters alone. I am like that. I like my solitude. I like it. Like, there's a ton of people that don't appreciate that, but I like it. I am totally fine with like going out, take photos outside, travel alone. I am that type of person. So, yeah, there is nothing wrong of you wanting to be sometimes being alone in your quiet place, doing your stuff. And it's a pity when people cannot understand, like, oh, but you're just laying there doing nothing. No, I am doing something. You're not seeing it, but I am doing something. I am relaxing, I am reading, I am watching something on TV, whatever. I am doing my thing. It's also precious time for me, being alone and doing my thing. And it might be that, like it might be that it's just the way that you are. And I also don't think you should feel guilty for telling the other people, sorry, but I don't want to go. I am not in the mood, like, because I want to spend time with myself. It's good. What I don't like about Geist is when he starts like putting ourselves above of ourselves, like you will never get out of this situation, I pity yourself. Do you understand? Like that is the part in Geist that I'm like, I don't like it, because you're just being toxic with us. I don't know if Geist is lying, but I want to believe him. His words are a fine liquor, intoxicating me and numbing my pain. My worries settle, buried underneath a thick layer of Geist's placation.
Are you feeling all right now?
I instinctively lean against Geist, who puts an arm around my shoulder. He's not warm, but his presence is a comfort nonetheless. I'm not sure if I'm feeling all right, but it doesn't hurt as much. My raw self-hatred has dulled to a vague ache. It returns to a corner of my brain to sleep until it finds an opportunity to rear its ugly head again. Yeah. I finished the rest of my sandwich, which is even colder than before. After that, I relax into Geist's hole, gazing up at the sky. That's right, this is fun. I like admiring the stars alone with Geist. I made the right choice. Around a month has passed since Calais invited me to meet his friends. I lounge on my bed, scrolling through my feed. Is it Calais? I scan my notifications. It's not. Instead, I got an email. I run down to the mail room when I talk to the student that's manning the desk. My excitement is so high that I can get the words out without stumbling over them. Minutes later, I am clutching the package to my chest like it's my most precious treasure. In my room, I carefully open the box. A DVD case covered in slightly worn plastic is laying amidst the crumpled up newspaper. Young detective dog, the adventure begins. I can't suppress the grin spreading on my face. I've been waiting to see this film for so long. I open up my desk to search for my DVD player, but then I pause. I wonder if Calais would want to watch this. When we were talking about the franchise before, he mentioned that he hasn't watched this one. I'm not surprised, it's not available online and physical copies are hard to come by. Should I invite him over? I've never invited anyone over. In fact, I've never invited anyone to hang out, period. When I did spend time with friends, they were always the ones to reach out. Some small, deeper parts of my heart always believed that if I asked someone out, they would feel burdened, that spending time with me was a chore, that they had much better things to do than be with me. But this is different, right? Calais would want to see this movie too. And maybe, just maybe, he would have fun with me. I take out my phone, my fingers hovering over the try message icon. Sorry.
Stop.
Excuse me. Geist is sitting on the bed, leaning over me. He reaches over and tries to take the phone out of my grasp. But this time I don't let go. I wrest my hands from his grip.
What do you think is happening with that guy? What? Is he your bestie? Your dear friend? Maybe he even likes you.
I don't want to listen to this. I push Geist off of me. I get up and grab my headphones from my desk, but his voice slips past headphones, snaking into my eardrums.
Get your head out of the clouds. He tolerates you because he wants someone to go to tutoring with. If he had anyone else, he wouldn't even look at you.
I turn away and crouch down, pressing the headphones so hard over my ears that it feels like I'm crushing my skull.
He doesn't like you. He never liked you. No one likes you.
See, like, you don't need to be this toxic. No one likes you. What? Dude. Geist embraces me from behind, squeezing me tightly. He rests his chin on my shoulder.
I love you. I only have your best interests at heart.
I don't know about that, dude.
The world is dangerous. I'm trying to protect you.
I know what it feels like. And that's why when I go into these type of visual novels, I always feel like I'm going back in time, you know. But let me tell you something. I know there's a real trend going on right now of like people wanting these yandere guys. But let me tell you, you don't want this type of person in your life. You don't need this type of person.
You can't trust anyone. They all hate you. They all wish that you would just disappear from the face of the earth.
His voice is scalding and freezing at the same time, honey that drips into my ears, burning my eardrums like acid.
If you trust them, if you let them in, they'll all hurt you eventually.
Because, like, this type of people, they put you in a cage. It doesn't have to be a physical cage like in here. There is no cage. But with words and manipulation, they are building a cage around you. He takes the phone out of my grasp, my grip too limp to hang out on any longer.
But that's okay. I'm here for you. You only need me.
Accept Geist. Geist's touch is chilly, but it's comforting at the same time. It feels like I'm living in a blizzard, watching the snow pile on top of me until it entombs me in a blanket of ice. I turn around and bury my head in Geist's chest. He stiffens as if he didn't expect the affection, but he accepts me. He strokes my back, resting his chin on my head. Is it okay that I'm a mess?
Of course it's okay. I'll love you no matter how messed up you are.
Is it okay that I ruin everything, that I make everyone unhappy, that everyone will hate me eventually?
It doesn't matter if you ruin everything. I'll be there to dry your tears and pick up the pieces. It doesn't matter if everyone hates you. I'm here. I'll always be here.
His voice is soft and gentle, softer and gentler than I had ever heard.
You're perfect the way you are. You don't need to be someone that you're not. You're not a social butterfly or a party animal. You like being alone, and that's okay. I wouldn't want you to change for anyone.
Of course not, because if we keep being this person that we are, you can always have us for yourself, right?
You're happy right now, right? Just as you are, with me.
He strokes my head. I breathe slowly, my lashes fluttering against Geist's cashmere turtleneck. I don't know if I feel happy exactly. I don't feel any pangs of dopamine coursing through my brain. No sparks of excitement, no soothing serotonin. I just feel a little dull, like everything is far away and I'm only attached to my body by a thread. It feels as if Geist's embrace is protecting me from everything, including my own raw thoughts and feelings. At least it doesn't hurt. I guess that I feel calm. Is this what being calm feels like? I don't know. I don't know anymore. I just nod. When Geist feels me move against his chest, he leans down and presses his lips against my head.
That's right. You're happy. You're just accepting yourself, and that's okay. You're perfect. I love you the way you are.
I ended up offering to lend Calais the DVD. He accepted it happily, and after he watched it, we had a lively conversation about Young Detective Dog. After our introductory computer science class ended and the new semester started, my text with Calais slowed down to a trickle. We didn't have any reason to keep chatting, so we just text each other every once in a while. We don't share any classes either, so we stopped meeting entirely. I still see him around campus sometimes, but I never say hi. And so whatever relationship we had mostly withered away. Human relationships are fragile like that. If you stop watering them, they waste away in an instant. Calais wasn't any different. He was the same as everyone else. But Geist is different. He never leaves me. Even if I don't see him, I know that he's there. I lay in bed, my head resting on Geist's lap. It's a sunny spring Saturday, but I feel oddly tired, so I decided not to go out today. On my laptop, Dog runs from the police, taking refuge in the shadows of a bridge overlooking a canal. This is the 7th time that I've watched The Young Detective Dog, The Adventure Begins. Although it was exciting to watch the first time, now it's more of a habit. I can remember each line of dialogue, each twist and turn in the story. Somehow I can bring myself to watch new things nowadays. It's emotionally exhausting, getting invested in new characters and not knowing how things will turn out. So I bask in the comforting familiarity of old movies and shows. My phone buzzes. I check the screen. A text from Calais. I consider answering, but I put the device down without reading the notification. I'm too tired to respond right now. I'll answer later. Geist smiles and takes the phone. He leans over and places it on my desk, out of reach. He places his hand on my shoulder, his presence a soothing weight. The movie passes by in a blur, but by the time I know it, we're already on the last scene. After successfully taking down the real culprit, Dog is approached by the wealthy cat lady who will become his master. He puts on his hat and looks into the distance. I don't know what will happen to me from now on, but I know one thing: I'm not just a poor orphan dog. He gets into the cat's car and the screen fades to black. The credits start rolling. I shut my laptop, not bothering to pause the video player or put the DVD away. I get up and start rearranging my blanket.
Are you sleepy? Thinking of taking a nap?
Yeah. I get under my blanket. I hadn't bothered changing out of my pajamas today, so I don't need to change my clothes. Geist lays down next to me, pressing a kiss to my temple.
Good night. I'll be here when you wake up.
It's okay. This is just the way I am. This is me. I like being alone with Geist. Geist wraps his arms around me and sighs, his breath tickling the back of my neck.
It's okay. Even if no one else likes you. Even if they tolerate your presence. I love you. I'll never leave you.
As I lay under my blanket, wrapped in that man's embrace, a heavy fatigue drapes over me. Sweet dreams get Geist's ending. Somehow nothing seems to matter anymore. And that's all right. Okay, for anyone who has mental illness, now they're no alone. I hope that y'all, yeah. Yeah, I also think that. Return to the start, because we need to do the other one. So, let's do it like this. What I was going to say is that it actually feels really different from the other game that they had, the other version of the game that they had, because I had this sensation that you actually had a lot of more CGs with that one, but maybe it's me, maybe it's in my mind, I don't know. But I really do have like this sensation. Which one is it this? No, it's this one, bro. I have like this sensation that to offer to help. I have this sensation that you had like a lot of yeah, it's probably in the outer one because of me. That you had a lot more CGs, and in here we basically only got like the last one, right? I don't know, I kind of have this sensation. So I edge closer, he scoots over to make room for me. There, you didn't increment your counter variable, so that, okay, this is like the same thing. Exciting music, of course. I open up my playlist of rock songs. The heart-pounding instrumental enveloped my ears, drowning out the world. I turn towards the path leading down to my dorm, but something catches my eye. Someone's waving at me. It's like the same situation, and we are going to wave. I tentatively raise my hand, keeping it close to my body. Her eyes flash over me for a second before she looks past me, waving more enthusiastically. I look over my shoulder. Another girl is jogging out of the library. It feels like someone dunked my heart into ice water. I hurriedly retract my hand, pretending that I'm adjusting the straps of my backpack, but I know that it's already too late. It is fine. We embarrass ourselves all the time. Laugh about it. Learn to laugh about it, about the stupid things that you do. Learn that. Learn to laugh about it. Oh, but I tripped myself and I fell down. Man, don't start panicking. Laugh about it. Like, oh my god, start thinking like, oh my god, I'm at like my 30s or something and I just fell down. Oh my god, I just want to laugh about it. Like just laugh about the things, of the embarrassing things, that it's fine. We don't need to be these perfect creatures. We also make mistakes, like in here, like you were just like waving thinking that it was for you. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, but the other person are going to laugh at me. They are going to laugh at you anyway. Maybe not in front of you. They are going to do it anyway. Why? Why, like, keep thinking about those things. Just live it. Don't mind it, Geist's voice is piercing, effortlessly penetrating the headphones that are shielding my ears.
How humiliating. How could you have ever thought she was waving at you? You barely know her. You've talked to her a couple of times. That doesn't mean you're friends.
It is fine, dude. It is fine. My mouth tightens and my eyes burn. He's right, he's not. Of course, he couldn't have been waving at me. She couldn't have been waving at me. We barely know each other. We are not friends. So the macaroni. It's not too bad. It's not bad. Calais nods, taking another bite of his sandwich. I look down. He only just sat down, but the chat is already pestering out. I can't keep up a conversation with this guy. I can only hope that he'll eat quickly and leave me alone. Calais puts his grilled cheese down. He wipes his fingers on his napkin before taking out his phone.
Hey, do you mind if I add you on try message?
Okay, we had this one. So we are going to text. I flop onto my side, facing away from Geist. He snorts. What do I say? I can sound too casual. We are not that friendly, but I shouldn't sound too formal either. Should I add emojis? How many? Should I say hi or hello or hey? Would thanks or thank you be better? Should I apologize for talking so much, or should I thank him for listening? After typing and retyping the message several times, I eventually come up with something that I'm happy with. Hi, sorry to bother you. I just wanted to say it was really fun talking to you today. Thanks. As soon as I hit the send button, I smash my head into the pillow. Geist sighs.
Oh, could you be any more awkward? What is this? A thank you email after a job interview? The social ineptitude is dripping off your text.
I groan. I wish there was an unsend button. All because of this dude. My phone buzzes. I squeeze my eyes shut, smothering my face with the pillow as I get ready to look at the screen. Hey, you texted me. Yay. No, I should thank you. It was super fun talking about Detective Dog. So apparently for his good route, we need to say that he's a good friend. Calais is a good friend. I like spending time with him. A month after I start going to tutoring with Calais, I'm sitting at the desk scrolling away on my laptop. Like, okay, because we are not busy. I grit my teeth. Making conversation is no big deal. I can do it. Talking with Calais is easy anyway. I'll love to go. Great, I'll come pick you up at 11. I respond with a thumbs up. Geist leans over me, his displeasure slatter over his face. He smells like mint, sharp and cold.
I warned you. Just wait. You'll see what happens.
We will see what happens, yes. I pick up my pillow and throw it at him, but he's already gone. I sit on my bed, breathing hard. The blonde man is gone, but the butterflies in my stomach aren't going away. Instead, they are just flapping their wings more and more violently, churning my guts into soup. Soap, sorry. It was soap or soup? No, it was soup. Trying to remember the word. I hope that Geist is wrong.
Man,
Yeah, one is liquid, the other is
that
solid. Yeah.
was awesome. I was wondering if it was gonna be some cheap cash grab, considering it's been 20 years since the last installment. But it was really interesting. I liked how the original protagonist became the mentor to the next generation.
As we exited the cinema complex, Calay's eyes lit up. He pointed to the food court, the bright signon beckoning us inside.
Ugh, I'm starving. Wanna grab some grinds?
I am hungry. I feel like eating vegan? Okay. I go to the vegan Vietnamese shop and order a banh mi. I don't know how to say it in Vietnamese. Minutes later, I carry a tray with the sandwich back to the table. And the only thing I think I tasted of Vietnamese food was, that very well-known duck dish that they have. I think it was just that I tasted of Vietnamese food. And I think it's mostly, and it was when I was in the US. And I think it was mostly because their food was usually very, very spicy. Yeah, very spicy. So I was always kind of like, We would go into the Thailandese kind of shop instead, or because I like Chinese too. So it would be like more like Japanese, the Thailand restaurant, or Chinese. I love Chinese too, or Mexican. Yeah, I also like Mexican food. But I am not top in terms of like really spicy food. I cannot handle really spicy. No, it can be a bit, but not that much. Calais is already sitting down. A glistening bowl of rice topped with spicy mayo, slater tuna is sitting in front of him. He splits his chopsticks.
That looks pretty action.
I take a bite of the sandwich, savoring the crisp, sweet, vinegary vegetables and the crunchy bread.
Anyway, that was so good, right? I especially like the scene where the sergeant finally puts down his uniform.
I nod, chewing my food as I listen to him. Calais talks for several minutes, rambling about his favorite scenes as the acting performance of the leads. When his steam is all used up, he scratches the back of his neck and returns his attention to his poke bowl.
Sorry, I did it again. I talk so much. My friends usually have to tell me to shut up.
Oh, it's okay. I like listening to you.
Really?
He looks embarrassed.
Oh, thanks. That's nice of you. No one has ever said that to me before. What do you think of the movie?
I like the action sequences. I really like the action sequences. They did a great job of using practical effects. I heard that they tried to limit the use of CGI for this movie, and the result was impressive. I especially liked the scene where they were falling out of the plane trying to grab the detonator. Calais nods, listening intently as he chewed on a slice of pickled radish. We talk about the movie for several minutes, but the conversation quickly slows down. To be honest, I'm not all that familiar with the Mad Gun series. I watched the original films years ago, and I just read the synopsis as a refresher. This movie was excellent, but it was just a very solid, entertaining action film overall. I can't think of much to talk about. Like, I've been so away from like theater and cinema and all of it. And I used to be a huge consumer of movies, especially. But nowadays, my friends, it's just, I don't even think I like what we have nowadays in terms of the theater. I don't like, And for instance, he's like talking about the action movies. Like, Nowadays, it seems like the action movies are just fully packed of action scenes and like story. Who cares? It's just like that. We just need to put like things in there like blowing and all of it. It's fine. I miss the old movies. But yeah, it was really good. I'm glad that we came to see it. My voice trails off. Calais grins sheepishly and takes a bite out of his poke ball before washing it down with a sip of Coke. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no 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 no.
Uh-oh, the conversation stopped. What will you do now?
He's standing behind me. He slides his hands across my shoulders, tracing my clavicle. Clavicle? How do you say it? Clavicle? We say clavicle. I'm not sure. It feels like he's about to grab my throat and strangle me. Yeah, I don't know how you say it.
See? I told you that this would happen.
But you probably emphasize clavicle. Do you emphasize? We say clavicle. Oh, I don't know. See, I told you that this would happen.
He's getting bored. He's realizing that you're not the interesting person that he thought you were. Soon he'll regret ever inviting you to hang out with him.
My skin feels cold. I look at Calais. He's looking at a nearby shop selling rice balls. He's probably thinking about how boring this conversation is, how much he regrets inviting me out, how much he regrets being my friend. I take another bite, but it's hard to swallow. The food feels like glue in my throat. I want to vomit.
Why don't you excuse yourself to the bathroom? Stay in there a while. And when you come out, you can pretend that you got food poisoning. At least that way he'll think that you're miserable company because you're ill, and not because you're just a miserable person.
Honestly, I love your voice, and I always love British voice actors, these things. But I swear to you, people, I just want to exorcise this freaking ghost out of here. I don't know how to do it. I managed to choke down the bite of food. Geist is right. It's always right. It wouldn't even be a lie. My food is settling uneasily in my stomach. I place my hands on the underside of my seat, getting ready to scoot back from the table.
Do you ever wonder what life would be like if you were the last person alive?
I would never be the last person feeling like the last person, because there's like this not so alive person always with me called Geist, so I would not actually be alone, so yeah, there's that. What? My retreat is interrupted by Calais' sudden interjection.
No, like, seriously. Post-apocalyptic movies always focus on the survival aspect. But what if that's not the problem? Assume you've got a shelter and all the food, water, and electricity you want. But you're completely alone. You've got all this time on your hands. What would you do with it?
I would always have like stuff to do, because I am the type of person, I entertain myself with anything when I'm alone. I am like this. Is this what he was thinking about, the hypothetical apocalypse? What made you think about that all of a sudden? That's random. I mean, having in count that you would have electricity, okay? I think like there are like two things that I feel like nowadays we need as a basic commodity. Like in the old days, it was not like this. People would entertain themselves with whatever, because they didn't have like television or phones nor smartphones. That's what I want to say. No television, no smartphone, no internet. They didn't have nothing of that. People would entertain themselves by like, taking care of the fields or doing stuff, raising cattle or the chickens, whatever. But I think nowadays, with the society that we have, you need to have electricity, internet. It's like you need these things: electricity, internet. There is also another thing that we don't value, but we really need, which is water and there's a name for it, but I don't know in English. The sewers and all of it, and all. You need that because, and I'm saying this because when you suddenly see that you don't have water in your house, that's another issue, my friends. That's another issue. And it's just not that you are going to feel thirsty. It's that we have basic necessities that we need to do in our bathroom. And that's another issue. Okay, that's another issue. So, like, I would say, like, water, electricity, basics. But nowadays, like, and I've been in this situation not so long ago, which is like, nowadays you feel the necessity of having internet, and even just like a TV, okay, like something like that, like at least something like that to kind of like keep you entertained. Although, I mean, it's not because of that you cannot grab like some needles and start sewing, doing some crochet, or just going outside and start building your garden. Like, no one is saying no to that. It's just like those basic commodities that we have nowadays that are like, I don't know how to put it. It's like they became essential to us. Like, you kind of feel like, especially like the internet and all of it, I kind of feel like I need it, I'm so used to it. So he's saying, in a situation where we had at least electricity, not actually internet, but having electricity would actually be quite good. And I say this because I grew up in a place that was more like a countryside, and we had to fetch the water. We didn't have electricity all the time, and let me tell you, it was something else.
Well, I don't know. Sometimes these thoughts pop up in your head, and they just keep scratching at the inside of your skull until you let them out.
Oh, you mean like groceries? Yeah, like that's also another thing, right? It's comfortable to have like groceries anywhere around you, but you need to see it in another way, like in a post apocalypse kind of thing. Yeah, you probably wouldn't have groceries nearby, but you would also have like time, and during that time, as I was saying, you could like raise your cattle or chickens, whatever, and plant your own vegetables and all of it. Like, you would probably have time for that. He takes his hat off and ruffles his hair, looking a little embarrassed. He puts the hat back on. I guess I would. Apparently, I guess we would travel. Okay. I'll travel the world. I don't know, because we suffer from social anxiety. I don't know if this dude would actually be able to do it. See all the sights, visit every country that I could, have grand adventures. What about you? What would you do if everyone disappeared on you? I wouldn't have that. I wouldn't have that kind of thing in me to just, I'm going to travel the world. I wouldn't. I think it's because I've been into, not many, but I've been into several places. And I don't know how to put it. It's like, it's always, I feel like we are really in the same world, which is like, it's always the same thing. It's just the culture or the politics or religion or identity that die first. Because in other ways, it's kind of like you always kind of have the same type of nature. Most of the time you always have like the same type of nature, unless, for instance, when I went to places in the Middle East, where you had like more deserts and stuff like that. But like, yeah, and the green in there was more greener. I don't know how to explain it. It was more greener in terms of the nature. But like, how to put it? It's like, the thing is, like, people are different, things might be different, but you don't feel like things are completely alien to you. You also keep feeling like we are on the same planet. I don't know how to explain this. So I am not one of those aficionados of like traveling. I'm like, yeah, if I want to go someplace, I go. If I want to visit some cultures, I go. Or in terms of like architecture or something like that, or gastronomy or whatever. But I don't feel tempted. I am not a person that feels tempted to that.
I guess I would travel around and look for people.
Yeah, if the idea was to look for people because you feel lonely. I thought that you said that you were the last person alive. You already know that there aren't any other people, right?
Well, I think if I actually believed that, I wouldn't be able to handle it. Knowing that I'm all alone in this huge world. If I keep searching, then I can hope that I'll find someone someday. Even if it doesn't happen, the thought would keep me alive. You know?
Yeah, there's a strange comfort in knowing that at least there's another person in there with you. There is. I understand Calais' feelings, but I can't relate. I've thought more than once that if I was all alone in the world, then it wouldn't be too bad. I wouldn't have to worry about dealing with anyone. My mind could finally stop screaming at me. I could finally be at peace. I think when you feel the most this situation is when you are in a situation where you need help and no one is going to help you, and you feel like you are going to die alone in this world. I think that's probably the moment where you will feel the most that you are completely isolated, completely alone in this world.
Sorry for killing the mood with that weird question.
Because we have like this thing, which is like, we want to be found. Sometimes I think about, like, I watch a lot of like, sorry, I'm talking a lot. I watch like these murder kind of situations, and I think about like the people that were murdered, like in places where no one knows. And I think that even as we are like in there, like dying or something, we are probably feeling like, I am going to die here. No one is going to find me, and I'm just going to be like in here. And there is a very particular thing between us, our instinct of survival, and wanting to be found. And I think like in that situation, you would feel the most alone in this world. I shake my head. No, well, it was kind of weird, but I get it. Sometimes you can control your thoughts, and it was an interesting question. I just needed some time to think about it. Calais chuckles awkwardly and leans forward.
How's your food? Ooh, looks cherry.
Oh, it's good. Do you want a bite? Somehow I feel a little more relaxed. Calais' bizarre question had knocked me out of the maelstrom of my thoughts. He hadn't been obsessing about me or my shortcomings. He had just been in his own head, wondering about something that had nothing to do with me. I almost laughed. Of course, Calais wasn't focused on me the entire time. I'm not the sun. He doesn't revolve around me. He has his own random fleeting thoughts. After we finished lunch, we dropped by a charity store and browsed through their used DVDs. We don't talk the entire time, but at the very least, I don't feel tempted to run to the bathroom when the conversation slows down. When I flop onto the bed later that evening, exhaustion envelops my body, but it's a different kind of exhaustion than normal. A good kind of exhaustion. And there, continue. I don't mind. This is when we suffered the social anxiety situation.
Okay, wait here. I'll be right back.
He returns a few minutes later, setting a cold bottle of water against my chin. The chilly condensation tingles against my skin, grounding me. I look up. Calais' brow is furrowed with worry. It doesn't suit his face, normally so sunny and cheerful. Guilt gnaws at my chest.
Are you sick? Did you drink too much? Or are you having a panic attack?
A panic attack. I had never considered that before. I had similar episodes in the past, but I just told myself that everyone feels nervous sometimes. My episodes were normal. I was normal.
Now he knows that you're a freak. Someone who can't even handle normal life. A person who's constantly on the verge of a complete mental breakdown.
Geist is sitting next to me on the couch, arm wrapped around my shoulders. His cold fingertips are tickling my earlobe. It feels like I'm being buried alive. So I am having a panic attack. I think I'm having a panic attack. I say it quietly, the words stumbling over my tongue. I almost don't want Calais to hear. It's strange labeling what is happening to me like this. Part of me is glad to give it a name, to put a face on this monster that has tormented me for so many years. Part of me is terrified of this label, this brand sinking my skin, marking me as someone irreparably broken.
Got it. Okay. Breathe with me, okay? In. Out. In. Out. Good job. Can I hold your hand?
Yes. I nod. He grasps my hand and squeezes it. His hand is warm and reassuring as he leads me through some deep breaths.
You're okay. Everything is going to be okay. I'm here for you. I'm not going anywhere.
He repeats this over and over as he continues to help me breathe. With each reassurance, it feels like a rock is lifted off my chest. Once I've calmed down, Calais gives me my hand one final squeeze before letting go.
How you feeling? All right.
Yeah, I'm okay, thank you.
Do you want to go home? Are you going to be okay walking through the crowd?
I nod again. Calais helps me to my feet. I follow closely behind him as he leads me back out into the masses of people. It's still suffocating, but it's different this time. Calais walks in front of me, parting the crowd like the Red Sea. Meanwhile, I focus on the plumerias of Calais' back, counting each flower petal. Probably plumeria, I don't know how you say it. By the time that I'm finished, we are out of the heart of the gathering. There are only a few stragglers surrounding us now. A strange realization. Being honest isn't so scary after all. I let out the breath that I didn't know that I was holding. I jog up to Calais' side. I'm sorry for bothering you. My cheeks are burning. I want to disappear, to crawl into some hole that leads straight to the center of the earth and never come back out.
It's no problem at all. I wanted to get some air anyway. Big parties like this aren't usually my thing.
Geist slides up next to me, his hands in his pockets.
Look at you. You've completely ruined his night. He could have had fun with everyone else, but he had to babysit you.
Yeah, he had. My hands hover around the headphones slung around my neck. I want to put them on, but it would be too rude with Calais here. I'm not usually like this. I'm a little embarrassed that I acted like this in front of you. Calais doesn't look surprised. Instead, he dons a strange expression of grim understanding.
It happens to a lot of people. It's nothing to be ashamed of.
It is true. It does happen.
What a liar. It happens to a lot of people. Who, exactly? Has he ever even met anyone as freakish as you?
It does happen.
I'm your friend. I'm here to support you. Always.
Oh, how generous. He's offering to be your crutch because of how fragile you are.
Calais kicks a stone laying in the path. It skips down the cement, landing in a nearby patch of flowers.
One of my relatives has a panic attack sometimes. She's brilliant. One of the smartest and kindest people I know. But she feels things a lot, you know? And it can be overwhelming. So sometimes she just needs a few minutes to process her emotions, and I hold her hand and talk her through it. It's no big deal at all.
No big deal. Collapsing in the middle of a crowd and troubling everyone was no big deal. I don't know what to think of that. Part of me is annoyed by Calais' flippancy, the way he dismisses my suffering with a few easy words. And yet part of me is also strangely reassured by his nonchalance. As I'm mulling over that statement, we reach my building. I fumble my ID card out of my pocket and swipe it through the reader. Thank you. I wave to Calais and shut the door, his words ringing in my ears. I groan into my pillow. I can't believe that what I did last night. Okay, this is like continuation. Accepting fight. Okay. Extroversion maximum. Your social battery is limitless. It only takes a few seconds for the phone to ding with the familiar notification. Really? Yay! I'll come get you right now. A second. When I exit the building, Calais is already there, his cheeks and ears tinged pink from the cold. He waves excitedly to me with both hands. He leads me through the darkened campus along the lamplit path until we reach the student union. When he opens the door, I'm greeted by a trio of new faces. One girl and one guy are lounging on the couch in front of the TV. Another girl is unrolling paper towels and stacking them next to a couple of pizza boxes.
This is Mari, Naya, and Asher.
Everyone, this is Leo. Okay, nice to meet you. Naya and Asher wave in acknowledgement. Mari hands me a plate and a paper towel. Help yourself, this one is vegan. She opens the oily cardboard boxes, revealing 2 pizzas. One is covered in tomato sauce, vegan mozzarella, and basil. The other has basil pesto, sausage, roasted peppers, and goat cheese. Yes, I would actually go to this one because I love pesto, although I cannot have it that much as I would love to, but yeah. I grab a slice of basil pesto pizza. The herbaceous scent makes my mouth water.
What drink you like? Beer or soda? Or just water?
Yeah, just water apparently. No, it's. I would just go to water because like this is bad. This is bad. This is good for your body. So beer. I accept a can of beer. It's ice cold. I wipe some of the condensation off before cracking it open. Calais takes a slice of the pesto pizza and sits on the floor in front of the couch. I join him. No, I like soda, I like beer, I like all of that. In fact, the one I dislike the most is water. I hate to drink water because water tastes of nothing. But it's just so good. It's the best thing that we can have. Like, since I was a kid, I never liked water, and it's also not good for you to be drinking tea because tea forms a lot of stones in your kidneys. So do not consume tea every day, honestly, being honest with you. But yeah, I am pretty bad to drink water because I don't like water. It tastes of nothing. But soda is pretty bad for your stomach and your teeth. It completely destroys your teeth. Like, I think like most people that have like issues with their teeth in America, it's because like you are probably in the world the most consumers of soda that I've ever seen in my whole life. You consume soda like, I don't like it's water. Yeah, exactly. I mean, beer, you know, it has some alcohol content. It's also not good for you. So, I mean, yeah. But of course, I like it too. It's not that. I was just saying, like, in terms of like what is good for you, for your body. Yeah, use water. The room dims and the TV lights up. On the screen, a lanky young man with a mop of curly hair fields questions from a curious reporter. It's an interesting movie. The protagonist is a college student who joins his best friend's startup. They make a social network that quickly takes over the country. However, midway through the film, it's revealed that the best friend is actually an alien who's using the social network as a way to harvest information about humanity. Okay. Okay. Because when he said, oh, it's the social network. Remember that movie that came out that was actually about the Facebook. I thought it was something like that. But suddenly, the other friend is an alien trying to harvest information. Oh my god. As the film winds down, as the film winds down, I finish the final bite of pizza. The protagonist just barely evades his best friend's ray gun and stabs him in the throat. In the final few seconds, the protagonist staggers to the console, trying to prevent the information from being sent to the mothership, but he's too late. The film's final shot is one of the console screen eerily displaying transmission sent in big, pixelated green letters. Calais gets up and flips on the light. Mary turns off the TV. The hell was that? Blatant sequel bait. I thought it was pretty good, really ominous.
It's a fitting metaphor for online privacy, isn't it? They couldn't stop the aliens because it can't be stopped. Once you use the internet, no matter how hard you try, your information is going to be collected and used against you.
Sad reality, yes. The five of us clean up, tossing the pizza boxes and cleaning the dishes. When we are done, we sit on the floor in a circle, chatting about the movie, although to be fair, Calais does most of the talking. I gotta tell you something. I miss the internet that we had at the beginning. And some of you, because some of you are younger, would probably not actually know what I'm talking about. But at the beginning of the internet, we were so free to just, I mean, yeah, we didn't have like the amount of, software and things that we have nowadays that actually facilitates our way of browsing and all of it. But at the same time, you wouldn't care about saying yes to cookies or like establishing passwords or like at the same time, how to put it, at the same time, it's like I miss those times because you didn't have to worry about nothing of that. Nowadays, it's like you put up your password, then they need to confirm if it's really you, are you a robot or not, like the amount of things. Nowadays, it's like, then you have like pop-ups and then you have this and that and just like, I wish we could go back. We didn't have to do nothing. No accepting or not accepting, or it was just like going in and no one, and let me tell you, yeah, of course, it's always like this. There's always someone ending up taking advantage of the things. But I remember at the beginning, it was an open net, but right at the beginning, most people, you didn't actually have like hackers and all of it. Like people were just browsing, they were just like on their own thing. it was so cool because you didn't have like all of these protections and privacies and all of it, and it was just so cool because you could just like feel so free in it. And then, yeah, of course, start getting hackers, start getting like people buying your own information, like a pity. But I really remember those times, and I'm like, oh my god, I wish it was still like that, and we wouldn't have like anyone trying to pry into our stuff or trying to rob us, or you know, like. What movies do you like, Leo? This question.
Better not tell them what you really like. After all, if you tell them that your favorite series is an animated whodunit franchise for kids starring a detective dog, they'll think that you're weird and utterly childish.
I think it's the first time that I'm seeing this whodunit kind of thing. I think it's the first time I'm seeing it. I brush aside Geist's provocations. I'm already prepared. I watch most things, but I've been watching a lot of science fiction stuff lately. My favorite is the Eradicator series. Oh, the one about the shape-shifting aliens that take over humanity, right? Yeah, and then the main guy travels back in time to prevent humanity from making contact so that they don't get taken over.
He's not the protagonist. The protagonist is a woman he's helping.
He's the guy on the cover, though. Calais sighs.
The guy on the cover is the villain. The villain!
I really liked it, especially the scene where the guy jumps into the vat of acid to save everyone else.
That's the sequel!
Got such nerds in here. Why do you always get so hung up on the details, Calais? Let up a little.
Eradicator 2 is the best one.
Is it like the Exterminator or something? I don't know. The Eradicator Reborn is the best one. The villain wields this pair of nunchucks that turn into machine guns. I like the Eradicator 4, the one starring Holy Day. That reminds me of that other movie that we watched with Holy Day. The one where she has 6 months left to live, so she decides to go find her first love. That one was so good. I was crying at the end when she found her boyfriend's last love letter to her. Ending was kind of boring. Just say that you wanted killer robots to appear in the last 20 minutes of the movie, Asher.
60 years, 6 months was one of Holly's best performances. It wouldn't be an exaggeration to say that the director made the film with her in mind. It was a crime that she didn't win the Golden Galaxy Award that year.
As the conversation meanders away from the topic that I had started with, I fall silent, while Mary and Asher bicker about the sentimentality of the climax of 60 years, 6 months. Calais leans over and asks if I've ever watched it, but all I can do is shake my head. Sometimes the conversation veers to movies that I have watched, and I scramble to think of something to say, something interesting that isn't too weird or offensive. But by the time I plan my words, the others are already talking about something completely different.
Tick tock, tick tock. It's been so long since you last talked. It's just like class, isn't it? You're going to get a participation score of 0, you know.
This is another thing that I also talked to you about, which is like, I think this is a very, this type of situation is also a very American thing. American situation of like, I say this because I'm in Europe, and in Europe, we don't feel so much uncomfortable with not having conversation. We are fine with it. If you ever come in here, you are going to start seeing that people in here, we are kind of fine with having silence and not having conversation. We are fine with it. And this is something that when I was in the US, I felt it like quite a lot, because the other person was kind of like, oh, we are in a silent moment right now, and me like, we are fine, what are we talking about? But I noticed that, and I, especially doing these visual novels, I still feel it even more, because they keep putting this as an issue. Oh, but there is silence between us. And I noticed this is a very American thing, this thing of like, oh, but there's silence. People, it's fine. It's fine. You don't have to be making conversation all the time. It's fine to have silent moments. It's fine. But it is, let me tell you, I know this is some kind of anxiety that you Americans have with this. Drop it. It's fine. It's fine. There's no there is no conversation. Yeah, fine. You are in the company of the other person. That is also good. That's it. I open my mouth trying to say something, but I soon close it again.
Given up already? Oh, you've truly got an iron will. Why don't you go join the other furniture?
I place my hands in my lap, focusing on whipping some of the residual oil from my fingers. At this point, if I did say anything, I'll just earn stares at Befuddlement, who is the stranger interrupting our conversation. Better not say anything. I'll just stay quiet and wait for this get-together to end. As Naya and Mary discuss the relationship dynamics in a gothic romance film, the conversation slows down. Calais is listening intently to the argument, but Asher looks bored. He takes a swig from his beer before looking at me. Asher raises an eyebrow. Hey Leo, why are you so quiet? I freeze. I can't remember how many times I've been asked this question. What am I supposed to say? What do you say to that? Sorry, I'm quiet because I'm shy. I just don't like talking very much. I'm a bit tired. I'm not feeling it today. I don't know you guys that well, so it's hard for me to barge into this conversation. I mean, it's fine. You can just be sincere and actually say, I'm just listening. I don't know much about this situation and I'm just listening. What is the issue of actually being honest? I'm actually kind of messed up in the head, and if I talk, you'll find out. So I'm not saying anything. Oh, God. There are a million answers, a million excuses, but I can never say anything. All I can do is offer a nervous laugh and say, yep, I'm quiet. You can't just say, I am actually listening to you. I am seeing that you are really into this kind of topic. So I am kind of like excited to, like, you can put it in a positive way. And I am kind of like excited hearing you, like, talking about this, although I don't know much about it. That's why I'm kind of like keeping quiet. But I am entertained. I am listening to you. You can put it in a way that's not going to be offensive to the other person. You might even be lying, saying that, I'm enthusiastic hearing you. Like, you can even be faking it. But at least you are saying it in a way that is pleasant, like, no, I'm hearing you and I see that you are enthusiastic about this topic. Just like that. Naya and Mary slowly stop chatting and look at the two of us. Calais is already staring. I shrink under their gazes. Geist leans close, his cold breath tickling my ear.
Oh no, it seems like they found out.
They didn't find out nothing.
How long did you think that you could hide it? Your real self. You pretended to be interesting. You pretended to be a person worth talking to. But you didn't even make it 5 minutes before showing them how boring you are. What will they think of Calais now? He stuck his neck out for you, introducing you to all of his friends. Now what will they think? They might start to think that he's a miserable failure too because he likes someone like you.
Sorry. I'm sorry for being so boring. I'm sorry for being such a killjoy. I'm sorry for ruining the mood.
You've already ruined everything. You think that begging for forgiveness will help. You're just making things worse.
Why are you... Calais squeezes his beer can. The crinkling sound is loud in the relative silence.
Maybe it's because they think hard about what they're going to say instead of saying any old thing.
He prods Asher with his knee.
And why are you so loud all the time, bruh? Maybe you should learn to be a better listener.
Asher's brow furrows and his nostrils flare. He looks pissed.
Now look at what you've done. You're ruining his friendships. Calais is standing up for you. He's getting into a fight with his friend for you.
I wrap my arms around myself, my knuckles whitening. I stare at the drink on the table, watching the condensation pool at the bottom. The same 5 words run around my head and repeat, screaming and screaming and screaming. I should not have come, I should not have come, I should not have come. I wish I wasn't here, I wish I was anywhere but here. Just because of that, please, breathe. Breathe out it. That is not the end of the world, okay? It is not. Asher rolls his eyes before shoving Calais in the shoulder. You want to talk, you are the loudest out of all of us. Calais rolls his eyes in turn, ignoring his friend's provocation. Yeah, we don't know. Maybe they do have this dynamic all the time.
Anyway, speaking of gothic romances, what did you think about Scarlet Tears? You mentioned that was one of your favorites from last year. We watched that a couple weeks ago.
Calais smoothly transitions the conversation to a film that I've watched. I managed to get in a few sentences, although it doesn't take long for the conversation to veer in a direction that I can't keep up with. However, whenever he notices, Calais brings me back into the fold with an easy question. Asher remains relatively quiet, his arms are crossed, and his eyes are narrowed into a pointed glare, aimed straight at Calais. The other boy doesn't stop sulking until we split up for the evening, with everyone returning to their respective dorm rooms. I'm the only one who lives in a separate building. Calais offers to walk me back. When we are outside, I cross my arms, shielding my body from the chill. I feel strangely nauseous and oddly vulnerable in a way that I can't explain, as if someone cut a hole in my chest and left it open so that everyone could peer inside. Calais scratches his nose. He looks around awkwardly before turning to face me.
I'm sorry.
For what?
They, said some pretty insensitive stuff to you. They're not usually like that.
They were only like that because you were there. You made everything awkward.
Shush, dude. Get out.
I'll make sure they're on their best behavior next time. Don't worry.
There won't be a next time. Not after you messed everything up so badly.
Yeah, you wish.
I'm really glad that you came.
He's lying. They always lie. He's just trying to...
We all like movies, but sometimes it feels like I'm the only one who takes them seriously, you know? They're always joking around about how bad the dialogue is or how hot the actors are. Whenever I want to talk about the story or the characters, they brush me off. Even when they don't, you can tell they don't want to talk, you know? That's interesting, or, wow, you thought about it a lot. Sometimes I feel like a weirdo. Like I don't belong.
Yeah, you are kind of a nerd. He's kind of a nerd, which is fine. It's totally fine.
So it was really nice having you there. It seems like we're on the same wavelength.
He might be lying, placating me with soothing words, but he seems sincere. I feel the same way. I really like talking to you too. I mumble the words, barely able to get them out. Inwardly, I curse. I sound so awkward. What if Calais thinks that I am lying or being insincere?
Feels like you listen to me. You really listen. I wanted to thank you for that.
Guilt bubbles in my stomach. I want to protest. That's wrong. I'm not listening. Not really. I'm just so wrapped up in my own thoughts all the time that I don't speak. In reality, I'm a selfish jerk who's always obsessing about myself. I don't listen to you because my thoughts are constantly screaming in my head. But when I look at Calais, his sunny smile erodes my doubts. He's genuinely grateful towards me, even if it was accidental. I did something for him that he appreciates. I made him feel heard. I guess I did a good thing. I look around. Geist is gone. Geist is gone. We arrive at my dorm building. Thanks for inviting me. I had fun. You survived. That wasn't so bad, right? When I return to my room, the guilt in my stomach has morphed into something else, a strange mixture of emotions, one that I can't easily define. Guilt, nervousness, humiliation, gratitude, and something almost like pride. Around a month has passed. Let me see, is this something that... yeah. So we are going to push Geist away. Geist's touch fills me with revulsion, resentment, and anger. I shove him away. He stumbles backward, hitting his head against my desk. He rubs the back of his head, glaring at me. But he's a ghost, right? Does he feel pain? I don't get this. Everyone hates you. It seems like the only one who hates me is you, Geist. Geist's eyes widen. His eyes are brimming with some emotion that I can't quite describe. It almost looks like betrayal.
I don't hate you. I love you. I care about you more than anyone else. You're my entire world. I exist for you.
You love me? When you spend all day telling me how worthless, disgusting, and unlovable I am, when you do nothing but beat me down, grinding me into dust so that you can pick up the pieces. I don't know what that is, but it's definitely not love. The floodgates are open now. I blink quickly, trying not to let the tears flow out of my eyes as the words flow out of my mouth. Why? What's your game? You want me to feel small and laughable and hopeless so that I never feel confident enough to leave you. So that I'll always need you. Geist opens his mouth before closing it again. He tries to speak a couple more times before he finally finds the words.
I'm just being honest with you. I don't want you to get hurt. Not when you're this fragile. Not when the slightest push will break you into 1,000 pieces.
This is another thing that we need to see as a reality. It's not because people are seeing us as a fragile thing that needs to be taken care, that they should and need to protect us all the time. We also need to learn to be stronger and not to be just this weak, fragile thing. You are the only one who's hurting me.
I just wanted to help.
You're not helping. You've never helped. The tears are gushing out now, warm droplets caressing my cheeks. All you do is make me so stressed that I am terrified to do anything, boxing me into a prison of my own thoughts so that I can't step outside of it. And this is not something that you only get from a person that you might be with. Sometimes you get this type of toxicity of like trying to protect too much from parenting too. Parents do a lot of this, like trying to protect you, and because you are weak, you are their little thing. But parents need to understand something, which is also very important, which is sometimes you need to bang your head to grow up and become stronger. Okay, you are going to scrap your knee. You are going to bang your head. You know, we need that. That makes us stronger. That makes us grow. And I'm seeing Geist in here, but I'm like, you also have like parents doing this type of toxicity to their children too. Trying to alienate me from the people around me, you liar.
I'm not a liar.
But you are. Calais hates me when every single thing that he has done has communicated the opposite. He says that he likes to talk to me. He invites me to hang out, he wants me to meet his friends. And yet every single time you tell me that he's pretending that he actually hated me all along. What kind of crazy hoops do you have to jump through to believe that he hates me after all that? What are you? Some kind of mind reader to be able to tell what he's really feeling?
No, but I just know. Besides, even if he doesn't hate you now, he'll hate you eventually. It's just a matter of time.
Yes, it might come out like that. Yes. And that's why I'm saying sometimes it's like that. Sometimes we need to keep trusting. We need to bang our heads. It's like that. That's how we become stronger. It's not just by being sheltered all the time. And if something happens later and he tells me that he hates me, so what? I'll move on. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I'll live. It won't be the end of the world. I'll make new friends. I'll form new relationships. But if I'm always too scared, if I never reach out, then I'll never form bonds with anyone. I'll just continue floating listlessly through life, blindly following wherever you decide to take me. I might get hurt, and that's okay, it happens. I don't want to spend my life avoiding the things I'm afraid of. I want to spend it doing the things that I actually want to do.
What do you want to do?
I don't need to think about my answer. I want to be Calais' friend. Geist looks down at the phone, guilt marring his features. He lifts his eyes to meet mine. I stare back, unwavering. He extends the phone to me.
All right. Good luck.
I hesitate, thinking that it might be a trick before accepting the device. It's still displaying Calais' conversation on try message. I bit my lip and send my message quickly, trying not to overthink it. Are you interested in watching a movie with me? I just got my hands on Young Detective Dog and I thought you might want to see it. My phone buzzes immediately. Yes, I really want to see it. Right now? Right now, I wipe the tears from my eyes. I'm really in no state to see him right now. I pause before sending the next message. I've got a few things to do right now, but maybe in a couple of hours. I'll be there, can't wait. I look up. Geist is gone.
Hey!
He sounds a little different than normal, almost overly enthusiastic. He brandishes a plastic bag filled to the brim with different snacks. Wow, you just had these laying around?
Oh no, I ran to the store really quick. I didn't know what you liked, so I got a bunch of stuff.
He rummages through the bag.
Oops, I forgot drinks.
I laugh. We're in my room. Why are you the one trying to provide everything? He smiles awkwardly.
You're right, that's kind of weird, isn't it? I guess I got a little excited and didn't think too much.
We laugh together before settling on the rug. I prop my laptop on my desk chair. I plug in my DVD player before carefully inserting the Detective Dog disc. The movie starts with a close-up of a dingy city street. Several pairs of feet pass by, splashing through the muddy puddles strewn over the cement. Calais opens a carton of cookies. A carton of cookies. He holds the box open for me. I take one, savoring the cream filling sandwiched between two chocolate biscuits. He also opens a bag of spicy chips and sets it on the ground between us. The camera zooms in, focusing on an alleyway in the background. A dirty cardboard box comes into view. A small puppy, his fur matted with dirt and blood, lies in the box. I'm Dog. In the future, I'll be Detective Dog. But not now. Now I'm just a poor orphan dog. We quickly become completely enthralled by the film. The animation is definitely dated, but the voice acting performances and the writing are mesmerizing. The plot is much darker than other entries in the Detective Dog series, following Dog as he is falsely accused of stealing a rich cat's pearls. On screen, we watch Dog's interrogation. Dog stays quiet as the policeman tries to emotionally manipulate him, promising a warm bed and food if Dog fizzes up. I fumble a chip out of the bag, enjoying the spicy sweetness. I reach towards the bag again when Calay's fingers ghost over the back of my hand. I freeze.
Sorry.
He jerks his hand back. His ears are red.
I'm a little nervous.
So it's okay. I'm nervous too. Calais hides his face in his hand before smiling sheepishly, straightening his collar.
It actually makes me happy to hear you say that. I thought I was the only one feeling this way. I guess that we can be nervous together, then.
We can. I can stop a smile from creeping onto my own face. We can be nervous together. I like that. After our introductory computer science class ended and the new semester started, Calais and I remained close friends. We often eat lunch together and we watch movies on the weekends. Nowadays, I invite him to hang out as often he invites me. Our unspoken rule is that whoever does the inviting gets to choose the movie. I've gotten to know Calay's friends better too. Mari is a sweet girl who's always caring for others like a mother hen. Naya is level-headed and unflippable with a penchant for sarcasm. Even Asher isn't a bad boy once you get to know him. He has a tendency to blurt out whatever is on his mind and he's a little immature. But he's generally caring and has his moments. You say immature, right? Sorry, immature. It's the words that I already told you. Like, there are words that we say in my own mother tongue that are very close to English, and we put the accent in a different syllable than you put, so it sounds different. Yeah. And I keep going when I'm processing. I keep going to my mother tongue. It's just like that. I find myself striking up conversations with other classmates too. We don't become fast friends, but we exchange a few friendly words. Sometimes the interactions are as smooth as butter, and sometimes they are as rough as sliding across sandpaper. But that's okay. I feel myself changing little by little. That man didn't vanish completely. But whenever he tries to drown my ears in nervous prophecies, I don't respond. It's difficult to ignore him, but he's quieter now, less insistent. His rhetoric has changed a little too. He no longer speaks exclusively in apocalyptic foretellings. Sometimes he watches me open up my 4th cup of instant noodles of the week and says, "That much sodium can't be good for you. Why not cook something?" Yeah, I think that too. When I'm on the couch, scrolling mindlessly through the social media, he sits next to me and leans to my ear and whispers, "Going for a walk would be better for you than lazing around at home, wouldn't it?" As I sit at my desk, browsing through online shopping portals, he sidles up from behind me and shuts my laptop, saying, "You know you don't have room for frivolous purchases in the budget right now." His tongue hasn't lost its edge, but those lectures only bring me mild annoyance, not fear. Sometimes I actually take his advice, and sometimes I tell him no. On the occasion, he falls back into old habits, reciting old lines. They don't like you. Everyone hates you. You do nothing but ruin everything. But he says them less and less with each passing day. There is a man that follows me. He's always watching, and sometimes he whispers in my ear. I wonder if he'll ever go away. He probably won't. One step at a time, get Calay's ending, and that's all right. Okay, so we return. So there's like an extra But I think it's like yeah, I have like this sensation that you had like a lot more of CGs, but I don't know, maybe it's me. This content warnings. Oh, I think this was like the extra that I was saying. Okay, we can read it. Let me just check it. Hello everyone, it's Chatterclap. MindMindMind is a project that's near and dear to my heart, and I've received so many touching comments from people who have played the game, talking about their own experience with anxiety. I've been wanting to port the game to web and Android for a while, but I had difficulties with the game engine that I originally used for it. So here it is, completely remade in an entirely different engine. Yeah, that's, see, because I saw something about this and I was like, I think the game that I played was different, with a new coating of paint so that it looks nice and new. I hope that the game is now accessible to everyone who couldn't give it a try originally. I first came up with the idea for the game when I was working in 2023 Otame Jam project Karamu. I was chatting with my friend Lan when I came up with the idea of what if anxiety was a yantere. I mostly proposed this because Lan is not the biggest fan of yans. It was mainly a joke, but the more I thought about it, the more I liked the concept. At first, when I thought about anxiety, I thought I would make him a very creepy, scary person. I am also not the biggest fan of yanderes, but I do have yanderes that I like. I like when they are like, you kind of like them to be protective, but you don't want them to be just simply toxic like this guy was. Okay, this guy was just toxic, and he was kind of like building a mentally cage around you. Okay, like there's that. There are yanderes that are kind of like, I would say that are kind of like okay. It's more like, yeah, they are like those bad boys, you know. But one thing is like having a yandere of which is like, he's kind of a bad boy, you know. Yeah, he goes into like some kind of a shady deal. Another thing is like, oh, he's a yandere because he's trafficking people, and you're like, what? And prostitution and all of it, and you're like, what? And he's a yandere too, you know, like, and you're like, where am I getting myself into, you know? Or like they simply just want to freaking kill you, you know. Like, so for me it's more like you have yanderes and then you have like those really nasty yanderes. Okay, so I think there's like a certain difference in there. So I would not actually say that I completely dislike them. I usually tend to not go to them because most of them are like double-faced dudes, and I hate double-faced dudes. I simply hate double-faced dudes. For me, like, that is like the no for me. They are like gentle at the beginning, like the princely guy and all that, and then they have like another freaking personality and face, and I'm like, oh my god, no. I don't like that. So maybe someone like Sadako from The Ring, someone who just tries to terrify you for no reason, but then I reconsider the concept. After all, we don't feel anxiety for no reason, do we? And anxiety isn't just out to make our lives harder. In fact, it derives from gut instincts that are supposed to help our survival. Fear about fitting in, fear about the future, etc. So I came up with a Geist, a well-dressed, well-intentioned, overprotective man that ruins your life with his presence. He's cruel, but he means well, yeah. I would say that he kind of reminds me of some parents, to be honest, because you have like a lot of parents that act exactly like Geist in here. You have like a lot of parents that act like this. After all, if he's not a little mean, you won't really understand, will you? As a definitive answer for what is Geist, Geist is, of course, at least partially a metaphor for anxiety. However, he's also meant to reflect an abusive relationship, one where the abuser isolates you and makes you dependent of them. He's somewhat based on a toxic friendship that I've had in the past with people who casually put me down and encouraged my isolating behavior. Maybe because it made them feel better about themselves, or maybe because they wanted to make sure that I always had time for them and no one else. Yeah, you do have this type of people. And without you noticing, you might end up in this type of relationship like I had to. Like this person had and I had to. In a relationship, actually. In here, for this person was friends, for me it was a relationship. And it's not easy. Sometimes it's not even easy to get out of there. Let me tell you, sometimes you need to take a big leap to be able to get out of there, because these people can be dangerous. Honestly, these people can be dangerous. However, if you do want a not strictly metaphorical answer, here's the canon one. Geist was a child who attended your middle school many years ago. At the time, he was socially awkward and ostracized from his peers, and he died at an early age. Since then, he haunted the school, not quite able to overcome his regrets of never experiencing real friendship. And when he saw you, he recognized a kindred spirit. He grew attached to you and started haunting you, offering you advice based on his own experiences. He's convinced that being alone is better for you, and he's afraid that you'll no longer need him. As for Calais, I really did want him to be the perfect guy to get the main characters anxious but out of their shell. He's chill and outgoing, he never judges you or takes things too seriously. He's rapidly nerdy about the exact same things that you are nerdy about. But at the same time, he has anxieties of his own. He grew up on the islands, and college is the first time he's ever spent a long time away from home. He quickly found a close friend group at university, but he doesn't quite click with them. Not completely. He worries about how he acts sometimes, and he doesn't want to come across as overbearing. I think that when you are anxious, it's easy to focus on yourself. You are the weirdest one in the room, everyone is looking at you because of how strange you are. But everyone gets nervous, even outgoing guys like Calais. Everyone struggles sometimes. You are not alone, even if it feels like it. Which is true, it's completely true. MindMindMind is a little different from what I usually put out, partially because it's so mirrored in my own experience. It's obviously not a one-on-one, and the protagonist differs from myself in some fairly significant ways. But a lot of thoughts and insecurities presented are thoughts that I've had in the past. It was a little strange, delving into my old self like this. In some ways, it was like standing in the mind of a stranger, but in other ways, it felt like I hadn't changed at all. Writing Calais' ending was quite cathartic. That's what I wish would happen. I wish that anxiety was a guy standing in front of me so that I could tell him to leave me the hell alone. But it's not, and the process of overcoming anxiety isn't that clean. Some days are good and some days are bad. Some days you can see how far you've come, and some days it feels like you've been standing in place for months. But it gets better, and it's going to be all right. Anxiety is a real issue. And if you are suffering from anxiety, let me tell you, go and talk to your doctor. This is like the best thing that I can tell you to do. And I'm saying this because I also suffer from anxiety, and it was kind of like passed out when I was in my mother's womb. And why am I saying this? My mother has the highest peak of anxiety that you can have, morbid anxiety. My mother suffers from morbid anxiety, and let me tell you something, which is like so. And she passed because she was already having it when she was pregnant. and she wanted a baby boy and all of it. So there's a lot of story going on in there. But this to say, it's not only that you suffer from anxiety, but the other person, I'm saying this as a person that also suffers, but also sees someone suffering from the top level of anxiety, which is like, it is very hard for you to also deal with a person that has real anxiety issues. It's just extenuating. Honestly, it's extenuating. And that's why I'm telling you, if you feel like you are suffering from a really high type of anxiety, please get support from a doctor. It is important, because you may not just be kind of like being toxic to yourself. You might be putting a lot of toxicity and pressure into the people that are around you. So please get some kind of help. This is like the best type of support that I can like tell you to do if you are in like that type of situation. Thank you again to everyone who supported this project, the beta testers, the voice actors who collaborated with me, my game development friends, and of course the players. I make a lot of visual novels in a pretty large variety of genres. I hope to see you again for another project, Chatterclap. Yeah, they have like another one that we might do in the channel. I need to see it yet, which is like let me try to see the name of it. My husband is a stranger. We might do this one too, okay? But I always feel like we always have this yandere vibe going on here. So I don't know. We'll see it, okay? We'll see if we do this one too. But I have other things going on right now. So what do I have to say to you? Tomorrow we are probably going back into the Otome field, okay? But I still don't know what. I still need to think about it, what we're going to bring. If I have at least one in mind. The other one, I don't know, because I don't know how much time we're going to take with the first one. So if I have time, we take another one. If not, we won't take it. So that's it for today. It was very long, very long. But that's it. And this was very interesting. This is a free-to-play game. You can get it on itch.io and you can get it on Steam too, if you want to play it for yourself, although we've basically played everything from it. We did all of the achievements and all of the routes and everything. So that's it. I'm going to leave you for today, and I hope to see you next time tomorrow. Thank you very much.